What is up, everybody? How's it going tonight? Guys, I gotta get a new laptop. I just have to. There's no other way around it. I need to get a laptop. My laptop just uploaded. Maybe I need to actually hook it up through an Ethernet cable. Maybe that's something I need to get done and do. So maybe that'll make a difference in my laptop. But the laptop is like probably 7-8 years old, guys. So it's nothing fancy at all. So how's everybody doing tonight? I see you, Jamie. I seen that. Yes, hello. Amanda's here, Scuba's here, Justice is here, Shade Darker's here, the Polished Jess is here. Hawkeye, the visual fan channel. What is up, man? What is up? That's funny. Who else is here? Let's go up the ladder a little bit here. Blonde Gypsy. What is up, Blonde Gypsy? Spencer Food Reviews. What is up? Dartmouth MA. What is up? Saffron. What is up? So yes, I wanted to actually look back on something for 5 minutes. This is actually the Darrell Brooks his case he had, actually. So I just wanted to share this with you guys and just kind of laugh about this, because it's actually, guys, it's not funny, but is funny if that makes sense to you. It's not funny what happened to the victims, but he's going to pay for everything he done to the victims. So without further ado, let's actually get the video started.
Mr. Brooks, the only way I will honor that request is if you specifically waive your right to do so. Without that, that's not a convenience for you over there. It's you go over there when you frankly demand removal under Illinois versus Allen.
I didn't demand anything.
No, you conduct it. So
My
you can
conduct
sit.
didn't demand anything either.
Right, Mr. Brooks,
You
please
keep
sit
changing-
down.
You keep changing
And I'm
the
going to continue
jurisdiction.
with my sentencing remarks.
You keep changing the jurisdiction. Jurisdiction is a subject matter jurisdiction that has yet to be proven on the record. In
Mr.
that
Brooks?
court and in this one.
Please sit down.
I would like to go back to the other court.
It's not a courtesy to you. If you'd like to specifically waive your right to be physically present, then I will entertain that. Otherwise, you need to sit down.
I never waived the right to not be present.
That's
I
because
had
you
to-
forfeited your right
I
to be
didn't
present
forfeit
by
anything, Your
conduct.
Honor.
You're
I
now
wrote-
back in this courtroom.
Your Honor, I wrote 3. I did what you asked me to do.
You never once pledged to me, sir, that
No.
you would not interrupt. And
You-
you're demonstrating by being here that you continue to interrupt.
Man, I ain't trying to hear all that, because at the end of the day, I did what you asked me to do. You told the bailiff to tell me.
Mr. Brooks, this is not a debate.
You told the bailiff.
And guys, no one did he didn't do anything anybody asked him to do. Dude, the guy killed 6 people. And he's acting like that he's the attorney here. Actually questioning the judge herself. Isn't this crazy how this guy just thinks that he's God's gift to the courtroom right now? Is it just me? Is that actually what he's doing? Because that's what he's doing right now. Country Bro, I've been watching this too at bare bones. He should have been defensive. Yeah, he should have, but he wanted to be his own. Instead of that, he built boxes in front of him and held up ground signs. Oh boy. It's crazy, guys. It is absolutely crazy. Anyways, guys, let's get right back to the video.
It's not a debate. You asked to come over here, and I honored that.
Well,
and
I
I brought you
exercised my
back.
right 3 times. I shouldn't have had to do it 3 times.
None of those opportunities that you wrote to me said, I pledge to not interrupt.
I never had to do
Darrell.
that before. You've never required that before.
That is actually not true, sir.
You've never required that before. Every single time that I've been brought over there, after some time, sometimes very short, sometimes an extended
Brooks,
period of time.
You are just simply trying to delay the inevitable. Please sit
I
down.
don't care about the inevitable. It was
I need
already
to
written
get
from day
through
one
this
what was going to
hearing.
happen. It doesn't make me lose any sleep about that. I know I'm okay. I'm okay with everything.
Then please
I just
sit
want
down.
I just want to be treated fairly, which I have
Please.
not been.
Please sit down.
And then Your Honor, and then you
Mr.
always make it seem
This is
like
not a
you always
debate.
make it seem.
He hasn't been treated fairly. How is this guy not being how is this guy not been treated fairly, guys? This guy's been treated more than fairly. This guy killed 6 people, in my opinion. This guy shouldn't even be standing here mouthing. This guy should be back in a cell somewhere, not seeing the light of day. Just like Leilani. Her mom's going to take her out to eat before? Seriously? That's sickening, guys. And this guy's sitting here arguing with the attorney or the judge like he has a right to do so. He doesn't lose any sleep. I know. Hi Guy, the official channel says she quit stunning of those purple tinted glasses. Yeah, it's crazy. This guy literally thinks he is the bishop right now of this courtroom. I bet you this judge had an anxiety attack by the time she was done with this whole ordeal. You have a grown man who ran over 6 people, injured over 60 people, and he's arguing in a courtroom. If this was us, guys, what would happen to us? I'm just saying. It's crazy, guys. He's a control freak, and he is a control freak. If that woman would have answered that door that night that he actually went to that door, he would have murdered her. He's done said he would have. He already murdered 6 people. So why wouldn't he have murdered her? But this guy literally said that he would have murdered that woman if she would have opened the door. Thank God for a Ring camera. That her husband, I do believe, was the one watching it. Have you seen Control Freak? Yes. Country Bro says, have you seen the footage where he went to a dude's house after? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. He would have murdered, if they would have opened that door, he would have murdered them. Badass Bandit. Yep, he shouldn't have even had a trial. He shouldn't have. He should have been back in the jail cell, slammed away somewhere in the dark where he couldn't see for decades. That's the way it should have been. Now, instead, all these people that are parade and stuff is going to have PTSD for the rest of their lives. They're going to go to a parade and wonder if they're going to get ran over by a vehicle. Mr. Canoehead, he is Charles Manson in 2022. You know what? That's crazy to say. That's out there to say. Charles Manson was a whole nother dude. Charles Manson actually brainwashed people and used them to do what he wanted them to do through him. It's crazy, guys. Cult leader. That's what Charles Manson was. Anyways, guys, let's continue with the video.
Seem like it's some type of aim, and it's not.
Please sit down.
We're talking about constitutional rights. You just told me, or you told the bailiff to tell me that I had to exercise a right that I should already have. I did that. Not once, not twice, 3 times. And it still wasn't honored. And then I raised this sign. I'm waving this for like 20 minutes, saying I would want to come back. I'm doing this.
You're here now.
Can I come back? Can I come back? Can I come
sit
back?
Down.
It wasn't honored. And then I said, okay, finish. I'll write this and I'll see if Your Honor can see it on the screen. The objection sign saying, I've exercised my right to be present. If you stop for a minute, I have the order of the court.
I'll explain it, but you have to stop so I can explain it.
Your Honor, I did what you asked me to do.
Actually not.
How is this guy getting away with this? What is up, Chris? How's it going? How's this guy getting away with it, guys? This guy's screaming at the top of his lungs at a judge. If that was me or you guys, we would have been in jail. She would have hit them out on the desk and been like, we're done. Court's adjourned, or however she says it. That would have happened. But I think it's because they wanted to actually sentence this dude. So they did it so many times to try to get him sentenced, so they put up with his attitude, I guess, is the nicest way to put it. It is crazy, guys. Chris says I thought the same. Badass Bandit says he's so disrespectful. He is. I mean, he's nuts. And he's standing here like he has a right. Country Bro says, if I had been that judge, I would have bitch slapped his ass. Yeah. I would have done sending down the road. Instead, he's building boxes in front of him. And again, I'm not laughing because what the guy did. I'm laughing because this judge is sitting here letting him basically run her over. Mr. Canoehead said, okay, my bad. I was just stating my opinion. Yes, state your opinion, bro. Karen says, yep. Okay. She says, kudos to the judge for putting up with it. Yeah, because she wanted him gone. That's what she wanted. She wanted this guy gone. It's the reason why she put up with this guy for such a long time. Anyways, guys, let's continue with the video.
Yes.
Let me explain
And
if you would like.
If I didn't, Your Honor, if I did not do what you asked me to do, then why was I allowed to come back if I did not do what you asked me to do?
Because I'm frankly going to a very distinct portion of this hearing where I am going to impose sentence.
Okay, that doesn't answer
that
the question, though.
matters.
That doesn't answer the question.
Please sit down and I will explain and
Your
remain
Honor,
quiet
with all
without
due-
interrupting me.
With all due respect.
That doesn't mean you're respecting me, so please sit down.
With all due respect, you told the bailiff when I first said, because every time that I've been brought over there in the past,
Mr. Brooks,
you always stated
I don't need a history
always
lesson of
stated
what I've done.
that when I exercise my right to be present,
Untrue.
you've
Untrue.
always said,
Untrue.
we have the record. We have the record. We can dig into the record.
Mr. Brooks,
I know what the requirement was of me going over there. You've always stated on the record that when I exercise my right to be present, you will bring me back if I will follow the rules of decorum. That's your exact words, which you said every time.
which you're demonstrating right now that you have absolutely
Your
no
Honor,
ability to do.
With all due respect, I've never had to go through any type of certain words that needed to be said or stressed or anything like that before. I've always done it the way that you've asked me to do it. No different than today when I told the bailiff I would like to be present. You told the bailiff if he wants to be present, he has to put it in writing.
And pledge to me that he will not interrupt me.
I put it in writing.
Without a pledge.
So why am I here?
Because I'm going to move on to another phase of this hearing, and I thought it important that you be here in person.
So I was here.
But you didn't reclaim your right to be back here.
Then why am I here then, Your Honor?
Allowing it to
happen.
Okay,
and I respect that you're allowing it, but still, it doesn't answer the question, though, Your Honor. It does not answer the question.
Mr. Brooks.
Your Honor, as a public
Brooks.
servant, I have the right to ask questions
Sir,
of Your Honor.
I'm going to ask you one more time, and if you refuse to sit down, then you are in direct disobedience of a court order. Sit down and be quiet so I can make the appropriate record.
Can you tell me what the court
right,
order
he's
is?
not going to obey. He's now forfeited
I
his
didn't
right
say I
to be
wasn't gonna
present.
obey.
He will go into the
I
other
didn't say I
courtroom.
wasn't going to obey.
We'll be in
I just asked
recess
what is the
until he's
order.
there.
I just asked what is the.
Isn't that crazy, guys? And Freckles, somehow I deleted your message. I don't know how, so I'm trying to figure out. I don't know what happened. Yeah, it said I deleted your message, but I didn't delete your message, just to let you know. So, Scuba Sam, what is up? Can you wave at me, girl? What is up? What is up, Scuba Sam? Yes, Freckles.
Hold on, I gotta turn off my back volume.
Okay. Yeah, Freckles, I don't know what happened. Yeah, but I didn't do it on purpose, so I just want to let you know that. So yes, Darrell Brooks is
Crazy.
crazy, guys. Crazy.
Oh.
There you go,
If he
Freckles.
would-
I just gave you a ranch, Freckles. So
If he would have done the right things, he could have got criminally insane for sure.
yeah, for sure.
Oh Lord.
For sure. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah. I've been watching this today, guys. My mind has been blown. Totally
Dude,
blown.
the whole entire thing, like it's not just parts of it, it's the whole damn thing.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
let's go on to watch it. You guys want to watch another one?
I'll watch the whole damn thing if you let me.
Yeah. How about she is being nice?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
the
later
judge.
in 5 minutes. Hold on, let me turn that light off.
All right. Yeah, the judge is being nice, guys. Totally nice.
Oh,
No
now
problem. Thank
Give me a second.
no problem, Freckles. She needs the bones this year. She needs the bonus. Yeah. The judge probably had to have something afterwards, guys. Probably maybe had to go out to a restaurant for a drink or something. Holy shit.
Literally watching this, I was like, she's got to have 10 to 7 drinks after every trial.
Something. Holy crap.
There's no way she goes home sober.
Like I'm totally mind blown.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And like literally her and the what was the other trial that was going on around this time? The Parkland shooter.
Yeah.
Those two women are the two upstanding women, most upstanding women I've ever seen hold trials.
Yeah, for sure.
I would never be able to bite my tongue that long.
I wouldn't either. I would have just he shouldn't even been up there, guys. He should have just been in a cell locked away and it would have been done with it. That's what should have happened. So
Yep.
But I mean, she sat there for a long time and he actually went on to say that people was flipping him off. Nobody was flipping him off.
Like he's looking at shit in his own head.
Yeah.
Paranoid as shit.
So let's go on. Let's watch yes, the representative himself. He fired his court. He did fire his court.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
But in his other trial on the 17th, he had representation. Make that make sense.
Yeah. This is crazy. All right, guys, let's move on to the next one here. Let's go on to.
There is no doubt that in our criminal justice system today, we face a crisis of the mentally ill intersecting in our courts. In the last year and a half alone, this court has ordered many competency evaluations, presided over a number of contested competency hearings, and ordered many evaluations for the special plea of not guilty by reason of mental disease or defect. And the bottom line is, for this court, Mr. Brooks does not present as a person who is either not competent or not guilty by reason of mental disease or defect. It is frankly heartbreaking to see those individuals who truly suffer from schizophrenia, for example, intersect in our criminal justice system. Sometimes they do unspeakable things. They hurt other people. I'm thinking of one such gentleman who was so schizophrenic and out of control. He couldn't even be kept in the courtroom. He was too loud. He clearly, if you've ever been in the room with someone who is suffering from auditory or visual hallucinations, it is not something you easily forget. It makes an impression, even on someone like myself, who's not an MD or a doctorate level psychologist. I've been in the room with an individual who was, when I did defense work, and he was accused of killing someone near and dear to him. It's a very different presentation. It's heartbreaking. It's heart-wrenching. Do the mentally ill sometimes commit atrocious crimes? They do. This is not one of those situations. We've heard Mr. Brooks's family talk about mental illness and bipolar. You know, in addition, before I get to that, I've also had, over my 11 years on the bench, of coming face to face with evil on occasion. There are many times, good people do bad things, but there are times when evil people do bad things. There is no medication or treatment for a heart that is bent on evil. Child trauma, bipolar, indifference, physical abuse of a child, or even childhood trauma did not cause Darrell Brooks to commit the acts for which he will be sentenced here today. It is very clear to this court that he understands the difference between right and wrong, and that he simply chooses to ignore his conscience. He is fueled by anger and rage. Some people, unfortunately, choose a path of evil. And I think, Mr. Brooks, you are one of those such persons. As a mom, my heart breaks for your family, for your mom, and for your grandmother. The son that she raised, the grandson that your grandmother knew, the hopes and dreams they had for your life, they're gone. And I think it's perhaps far easier for them to blame a mental illness than to perhaps come to grips with their son did very, very bad things due to very bad motivations.
Yeah, and guys, he thinks it's okay.
Yeah. He thinks his soul is clean. His conscience.
He literally thinks that he is one of them right now.
Yep.
I mean, you could just see it on this dude's face. So, I mean, I wish I would have caught these trials whenever it was happening. I did not.
I called it the shit show.
So, but I seen him try to put boxes up and hide behind the boxes.
I was like, how old are you?
It's like, how did this dude even, why was this dude still on trial?
Yeah, I think at one point I was like, how does he even get dressed in the morning?
Yeah, I mean, this dude literally thinks he's one of them, guys.
Yeah.
That's literally what this dude thinks, is he is one of them.
Did you catch the part where he was like, they put me in shackles that shock me and strap me to a table that shocks me if I move?
No, I didn't actually.
What?
I wanted to share this with you guys. Like, I haven't seen all this stuff. I mean, I've seen a little bit of it, but I haven't seen all of it.
He's legit lost his mind.
I was just like, I was going through everything today, guys, and I was just thinking to myself, like, what am I going to do? And I read up on like the students' casings and stuff like that and everything like that. And I was just like, you know, I kind of want to take a break from that in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, we're going to talk about that in a little later, I do believe. But I mean, it's just crazy.
Yep.
It's nuts. It's nuts that I can't get over how he really thinks that he's part of them.
Yeah. And his conscience is completely clear.
Yeah. That's the reason why he was able to do what he did. And he doesn't even probably even think he did it.
Nope. I think he really thought he was going to get away with it.
I don't even think he really remembers what happened.
No, I think he blacked out legit.
I mean, this guy's standing here like it's nothing.
He's like, oh, no big deal.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
I mean, all right, guys, let's continue with the video.
One of the things ultimately that will happen when you are in prison, sir, is that the Department of Corrections, they are statutorily responsible for your care and your well-being, including your mental health. I do not have any authority to dictate to them where you go or how they treat you. That is far different than when there is support for a plea of not guilty by reason of mental disease or defect, because then the court has available what is called treatment facilities and a commitment to such a treatment facility. That is something that is simply not on the table. And again, 4 evaluations, not even my own assessment, but 4 evaluations from licensed professionals say otherwise, even in the face of your family saying that, and even in the face of you claiming that. I'm not even here to say that some of those things can't coexist, and you might not have some of your own mental health issues, whether it be bipolar, childhood trauma, or things of that nature. But the bottom line is none of that caused you to do what you did on November 21 of 2021. I want to next turn to the trial in this case. And I think it's important that the sentence here today focuses on your conduct on November 21 of 2021 and the moments leading up to that tragic and fateful decision of yours to drive through the Waukesha Christmas parade. And of course, the moments after. There is no.
There you go, guys. This guy didn't even move the whole time.
Nope.
This guy doesn't have a self-conscious. He doesn't have an inner self. It's like gone. And that's with most people that are killers.
Yep.
You know, just like in the college killing one. Now they're saying, like I said earlier, the people was actually downstairs. The survivors was downstairs in
the survivors. Okay.
All the survivors was downstairs in the basement.
Oh Lord.
But then again, I watched another thing that they said that it's possible no one heard them. The killings.
Oh wow.
And then I watched another thing saying that if the victims was lay face down, then they could have covered up some of the stab wounds and covered the victims up with a different blanket out of the closet, which is possible.
Right.
That's the reason why the college students went on to say that, well, they was incoherent, but there was also other people downstairs with the survivors that came upstairs and seen what they seen, but it wasn't until 11 o'clock that following day.
Right.
A lot of stuff's weird. Country Row says he's a narcissist 100%. That's disgusting. At Badass Bandit, yes, it was. It made me sick. Yes. Joker 1014, what's up? What's up, everyone? Just letting you guys know I'm listening, but I'm at work standing out. I picture it again, but I'm listening. Okay. Yeah. Hillbilly says, are you sure they didn't give him some booty?
Oh Lord.
You know what? It's so weird how this whole thing actually happened. Yeah. Like it is. I mean, it's weird, guys, how this happened. Freckles, welcome everyone. Come please. Yes, please. So yeah. I mean, it's totally crazy, guys. Let's go on to I'm gonna drop this link again for someone to come on if they'd like to come on.
Come on.
So yeah. I haven't watched this all, guys. I haven't watched this all. So this is totally something new to me as far as that goes.
It's most definitely entertaining.
Yeah.
Not in a good way, but it's entertaining.
Yeah, it is. I mean, there was a live police chase earlier and I missed it. If my wife just got home and I was like, oh. When it was live and everything, I think it went on for an hour and 20 minutes or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah. I wanted to cover it, but I just couldn't. Let's see. This Crow says you should be able to find the starring clip. I can't remember when he started her down. He did so much all the time. Yeah, I know. And I can't get over how he actually thinks that he was a victim in that courtroom.
Yeah.
I mean, he literally thinks he's a victim. You guys need to watch all YouTube. I've been watching different videos on it. Yeah, it's crazy. Joker1014, I hate talking text because of what wrote did not sound right. My bad. No, I've actually did that before and sent a message to another person and it talked about how I wanted to be with him. So yeah, it was a bad one, guys. And it was my wife's sister. So yeah, that really happened.
My first like week on my job 10 years ago, I texted another employee and I asked her if she needed anything from the store, except it said, "Do you need any thongs from the store?"
Oh wow, yeah. See.
I was surprised I didn't get fired.
Oh yes, I mean it's crazy. It is actually crazy, guys. Let's go on. Let's actually find. Let's watch. Are you done, Darrell Brooks? Angry he can't tell the jury. Let's watch this one. How long is this one?
Outside the presence of the jury after the case has been given to them. Now, in terms of the closing arguments, I did set a time limit for the parties yesterday. Each side will have a total of 1 hour. Mr. Brooks, so that you are fully aware, the party with the burden of proof, which is the state of Wisconsin, goes first. Then you, as the opposing party, will have an opportunity to respond and argue. And then, time limit willing, the state also has the opportunity to present rebuttal because they have the burden of proof. And that is provided with the excerpt from the bench book that was provided to you yesterday. It has the purpose of the closing arguments is to summarize the facts, marshal arguments, focus the issues for the jury. I just talked about the order of the arguments. The scope of the arguments are the content, duration, and form of argument are within the court's discretion. That's why I set a time limit of 1 hour for the parties.
Later, country bro. Have a good one.
Mr. Brooks, I will advise you that I certainly will wait and see how you present your argument today. I will certainly wait to see if there are any objections raised, but I also want you to be aware that if I feel the arguments are improper, I may simply, without an objection, say, please move on, as a clear indication from this court that what you are stating is not proper.
Thank you, Freckles, for that. I really appreciate that. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Under the various rules and case law that govern closing arguments.
Again, Your Honor, without prejudice, I'm here by special appearance. I don't consent to being called that name for the record.
It's noted, sir. All right, then with that, I will have the go ahead. Looks like Attorney Opper has some issues she wants to raise.
Yes, I just have one question, Your Honor. Would I have permission to put the easel up and display some of the poster boards? I did confer with Captain Dussault as far as security is concerned, and he agreed to it if the court would give me that authority.
Thank you,
Where would it
Freckles.
be displayed?
It's gonna put it like right here, and then you want me standing at this table during.
I do.
Yes, so I would just position it like right here. And I don't have to leave it up through the whole thing. I realize it blocks the view of people in the courtroom. Detective Casey would be willing to assist me in removing them when I'm done with them, if that's okay with you.
I trust it won't block Mr. Brooks' view of the jury, and
That's
as long
what I-
as
Yeah, I was gonna put it like right about here so that he could still see me and the jury.
with that caveat, yes, I will allow that.
All right.
Objection, what is that? What is supposed to be put up?
They're previously admitted, Your Honor, it's exhibit.
There you go. There he goes, thinking he's the juror. He's the judge again, guys.
Objection. What is that?
What is? Wasn't you just listening, Darrell?
Like what?
I mean, holy crap!
Oh Lord.
This guy literally thinks he's a judge, guys.
Where's my gavel?
It is 100% crazy. I mean, it's just nuts. It's nuts, guys. It's nuts. So yeah, I mean, I'm sitting here trying to look for a live police chase for us here. Oh, and we're doing this real quick. Let's get back to what is this, Judge? Darrell, listen. I mean, this guy shouldn't even have had a chance to do this, guys. He should have just been sentenced.
Oh. And I know why they did it. They did it so he wouldn't have a chance to be like, they gave me an unfair trial.
Yeah, I know, Freckles. That's why you had hammers. I got it. Aren't you? You're a mod on another channel too, though, aren't you? Shade Darker says yes. You don't have to answer that, Freckles, if you don't want to. I just kind of know these things. So the only police chase there is a police chase underway in Sing Valley. That was an hour ago. It's the only one. Let's look at the live police chases real quick. Videos live. Here we go. Let's go to live. You mean to tell me there's no live police chases in California right now?
Well, that's weird.
Yeah, there's.
I mean, it is Tuesday night.
Yeah. Maybe one will pop up in a little bit. I just set a notifications. That way, if one pops up, we can go. Couple. Freckle says yes. Yeah, I seen you earlier, bro. I seen you earlier, which is cool. I seen you. That's the reason why I actually gave you a ranch. So, anyways, guys, let's get back to the video.
Exhibit 15 and 130, I believe.
So are they exhibits? I'm confused to what they are.
Mr. Brooks, I've made a ruling. The state has made a request. I've granted it.
Yeah, but I'm
terms
saying
of-
I don't understand what's being shown. Should not have the right to ask to object and ask what it is that's actually going to be shown.
The state's put on the record what it is.
He is Jamie.
It is they are exhibits that have previously been received by the court during the course of this trial. That is proper for a party to do that during its closing.
Everybody was looking at him like, what are you talking about?
Yes, I just kept saying, well, if you wouldn't have represented yourself, you wouldn't know what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Obviously, you're not a real attorney. You have no idea what court talk is.
It is nuts. Anyways, guys, let's continue.
Arguments.
So can I put up exhibits?
What kind of exhibits do you want to put up?
God.
Mr. Brooks, I don't know what you have planned for your closing argument.
I'm making a request, the same request. May I be able to put up
well, I guess it
exhibits?
depends on what it is, sir. So I'm not going to take up any more time because what I intend to do is once the state goes through its closing, I may take just a short comfort break depending on how long it is. And if there's something in particular, you will need to tell me what it is. As long as it's an exhibit from this case, then I wouldn't have an issue with it.
They would be from this case, obviously. It's not nothing that the state had.
I mean,
I'm not aware of exhibits that the state.
What other case would it be from?
We're going to bring it from Milwaukee.
I mean, this guy has lost it already. Like, this guy shouldn't even be talking right now.
Oh.
So why did he go on to represent himself?
I really don't even know. Like, he just showed up in court and was like, I'm representing myself. And it went on from there.
I mean,
I really thought they thought he was going to be crazy enough that they were like, oh no, just send him somewhere where he's crazy.
yeah. I mean, this guy, have you noticed how everybody just tries to claim that they're crazy?
Yep.
What is up from Hawaii? Aloha, Bare Bones. I watched this entire trial. I haven't, so I'm watching it, a few of them right now. So yeah, that's what we're doing right now, is just laughing at this fool.
Oh my Lord.
That's literally what we're doing. I mean, I seen the one that he built a wall up.
Yes.
I mean,
My favorite's where he's reading the Bible.
yeah, and he's waving it or whatever.
Yes.
Didn't he get in trouble for that?
I think they made it. The guards came and took everything down in front of him because we couldn't see him.
Yeah, yeah. Good God. I fired his counsel, said it was in his better interest. He's crazy. Yes, he's very crazy, guys. Let's get back to the video, guys.
They wouldn't have that you would have. Everything that's been received, we have a list. So if it's not something that was received during this trial as an exhibit by the court, unless you tell me what it is so that I can make a ruling, I can't see how it would be relevant or appropriate for your closing argument.
They're part of my filings that you filed.
The filings have no relevance to the issues that are before the jury. The closing arguments are to direct the jury so that they have your arguments, so that when they go back to determine the issues in this case, which are related to whether you're guilty or not guilty of the 76 charges, things like subject matter jurisdiction or like that would not be something that would be proper before this jury. Those are legal issues that the court would decide. The jury is the judge of the facts. The court is the judge of the law. That's why I have all of these jury instructions to give to the jury.
I'm not referring to subject matter jurisdiction.
What are you referring to then? Be very specific so I can make a finding and ruling.
I was specific. My other filings.
That's not specific enough, sir.
It
What
is
are
Hawaii,
you
Heather.
referring to?
Docket
Which
sheet,
filing?
Let me know when you're done, Your Honor.
Which filing, sir? Not generally, but specifically.
Are you done?
The poor lady.
Oh God, I just couldn't.
Are you done?
The poor lady is probably,
I didn't know.
guys,
if you was
this
finna say
judge
something.
is
That's all.
literally going through an anxiety attack right now.
Like if I looked at a judge and said, "Are you done?" and she'd be like, "Okay, well, to your cell. Bye."
Yeah. What in the world is going on? Did this guy just take the judge's job?
Right?
I mean, she done said the only reason why you're talking to me like this is because I want this trial over with.
Yep.
And that's the only reason why he's talking to her like this. It's absolutely crazy, guys, what this guy actually got away with until he actually had a sentence. So, and what did he end up getting sentenced? Wasn't it life?
6 life sentences and then some domestic violence and other things. And then he's still in court in Milwaukee.
Wow. So he's not seeing the light of day ever.
Oh no, because he's in Milwaukee. He doesn't even go to court in Milwaukee until December. They push it back until December.
Yeah. Missy Cause says this isn't your girlfriend. You are talking to Mr. Brooks. Yeah, for real. A crazy, hypocritical person that literally thinks he's God's gift to the planet Earth, that killed 6 people and injured over 60 people. And thank God he's put behind bars for his life eternity. Plain and simple. That people like this does not need to be out in our world, guys. There's too many of them out there right now running around scot-free. I mean, we haven't even caught the college killer yet. We don't even know nothing. And I think they know something about that, guys. And I'm actually going to play a clip in a little bit to show you guys that I think they know. And I'm going to point some stuff out to you guys that I watched over and over again, literally. So, all right, guys, let's finish this video up.
I'm asking, are you done?
What
Your
filing
Honor,
are
how
you
come
referring
every
to?
time I try, even when I try to err on the side of caution, you find some way to make it to be something that it's not? I didn't know if you was going to say something else.
I've asked a question, sir. So when I do that, I would hope it would convey to you I'm looking for an answer. So which filing are you referring to?
All my filings, my notice of appearance, my statement of particulars, my bond, the court docket sheet, All of those filings.
The request to display those to the jury is denied. It's not relevant.
How's it not relevant? Not even your
That's my
oath of office?
determination, sir. So I am going to start this.
Not even your oath of office can be shown?
No, that is not relevant to these proceedings, sir.
It is.
It's not relevant in front of the jury.
Why is it not relevant? Can you
Mr. Brooks,
explain
you are
why
not
that's
going
not
to
relevant?
be able to raise those types of issues and present a closing argument based upon my oath of office, whether I'm licensed to practice law in the state of Wisconsin,
I said your oath
whether
of
there's
office.
subject
I didn't
matter
say anything.
jurisdiction, whether you consent to this appearance or not. None of those things help the jury determine the issues in this case, which are related to whether you are guilty or not guilty of the 76 charges that have
The
been
jury
filed
should
in
know
this
that
case.
they should know the truth in their duties, in their rights. They should know that at least.
Mr. Brooks, I'm putting you on notice that if you continue with this insistence upon presenting information that's not properly before the jury as evidence in this case, that I will instruct you during your closing argument to move on and potentially ask the jury, have the jury leave so that I can admonish you. And if you keep insisting on that, sir, that will be in direct violation of the court's direction
So
to
they
you.
can't even know that I got a shock device on my ankles.
They absolutely do not need to know that. So
Why
it's
not?
not relevant to the determinations of guilt or innocence in this
It's the
case.
truth.
Mr. Brooks, your custodial status is not on trial here.
I will
No,
argue that it is.
Your conduct from November 21st of 2021 is what
That
is
hasn't
on
been
trial.
proven.
You may not bring up the way that you've been shackled. It's not relevant, sir.
It's
and if
the
you
truth.
do so, you do it at your peril. But here's the
There
thing:
is
the
no
jury
peril.
is specifically.
It's my right,
no,
though.
Let me go. Okay.
It's my constitutional
is-
right. Just like
are
under the
certain
First
things,
Amendment,
sir.
which I preserved my First Amendment right when I came in this morning, I also preserved my
Right.
Sixth
Mr. Brooks.
Amendment right.
Please stop. You do not have an unfettered First Amendment right. That is very clear based upon.
What do you
all
mean
the
by
case law.
unfettered? What do you mean by unfettered?
It
I
means
don't.
it is not absolute. It can be restricted.
So the Constitution of the United States can be constricted.
All right, Mr. Brooks, I'm putting you on notice that if you continue with your insistence on raising issues that are.
I'm going to
merely a
raise issues that the
distraction,
jury needs
that
to
are-
know,
They're not.
regardless,
issues.
because they're under the rights of the United States Constitution, which
Mr.
is the
Brooks,
law
I
of the
direct
land.
Your attention to closing instruction 460.
I'm
which
going
will be read
to
the jury
let the
at some
jury
point.
know the truth, their duty and their rights. Under the First Amendment and under the Sixth Amendment, I have the right to inform them of their rights, of the truth, and of their duties. Under the First Amendment and under the Sixth Amendment of the Constitution of these United States. You can't, no state law can override that.
Mr.
Any
Brooks,
law-
do you intend
any
to
law
keep this up when the
repugnant-
jury comes out?
Your Honor.
Because I need to
No, I
have
do
the
not. That's
state-
why I'm addressing this before
Yes,
they come out.
Yes,
That's why I'm
Freckles.
trying
I
to
hope so
address
too.
this before they come out, so it doesn't become an issue once they're in here. But under the First Amendment and under the Sixth Amendment of the Constitution, which are rights that I preserved the moment we stepped in here this morning when this proceedings started, I preserved those rights for the record. And now you're telling me that those rights are not, would you say unfettered or I don't know what you say. I don't even know what that means. I don't even understand that. But any law repugnant of the United States Constitution is null and void.
Mr. Brooks, I'm putting you on notice that you can also.
So does this guy actually know what he's talking about, or is he just like rambling on some kind of laws that don't even exist?
Yes. All of the above.
What? I mean, because if this dude really, I gotta put down my drink. I'm so confused. It's actually water, guys. So I'm so confused. Like he goes on, and he's actually acting like an attorney. He's using big words that he probably don't even know what it means. I mean, I'm sure he's a smart guy. I guess maybe I'm giving too much. No, he's not actually. He doesn't deserve to even see the judge.
The jury needs to know the 11,775th Amendment of rights of mine, that my ankles are going to be shocked if you flip me off.
And it's almost like Can I tell him about the ankle, my ankle shock?
I told you.
What are you going to tell us about the ankle shock?
Where y'all come up with this?
Like your head should have been shocked or something. I mean, seriously.
Guy really needs a lobotomy for real.
Holy crap. Bassman says, how did this judge not lose her control? I don't know. I guess because she wanted it over with. Freckles is laughing. Jamie, he was not wrong. He is insane, but not wrong. No, actually not. He shouldn't have even been able to go in front of a judge. People like this normally have the recorded juror and stuff like that behind the camera. That's what people like this normally have. But you have this guy building boxes and everything else, and he's still standing in front of this judge.
Yep.
Goodness, I would have been life in state penitentiary, guys. If I would have done this to this judge, if you would go in any other normal courtroom and act like this, you wouldn't be walking out without having set a bell.
I would have been tased.
Isn't it nuts?
I just
It's
can't.
absolutely crazy. And again, it's not funny about what he did. It's funny about how he really thinks that he's the judge in this courtroom.
Yes.
Rose, hello. How are you doing? Joker says, all criminals know how the law works. I know when I was in county, every person I was in there with was a criminal and knew everything about the law. Yeah, I mean, I think some of them do, but some of them don't. I think that a lot of times they think they do just to sound smart, I guess.
I mean, my ex-husband's been in prison 3 times. He's pretty damn street smart, but he's pretty damn stupid at the same time to be in prison 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, too. I mean, there is street smarts, and then there's totally just like dumb.
Caught smarts.
Then it comes to the world. Good God. So, I mean, yeah, it's crazy, guys. I mean, and he goes on through how many trials is there? I mean, how many?
This was a month-long trial.
Yeah, so there's tons of videos out there, guys. Tons of videos.
I know we were glad when it was over.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, let's get back to the video.
Forfeit by your conduct the right to present a closing argument. In appropriate circumstances, the right to present a closing argument, no different than the right to testify, may be subject to forfeiture where your conduct is incompatible with the assertion of the right at issue. The goals that this court has attempted to follow throughout this proceeding are multifaceted and multifold. Number one, I do have an obligation and I have done my best to ensure that this is a fair trial. However, a fair trial does not mean a defendant has unfettered rights to state whatever he wants when he wants. This court, not only through the course of the trial.
Okay, I wanted to read this, what Jamie said. Jamie said, she is saying he does not, based on his prior behaviors, and that is considered a judgment called, but opens the court up to liability. I get that. I can see that 100%. All right, let's get back to the video.
Trial is deemed with the responsibility to control the presentation of evidence as to ensure fairness and reliability of the criminal trial process. It also includes ensuring that the closing arguments are relevant, are appropriate. This court must also be concerned with efficiency and effectiveness, and of course, last but not least, courtesy and decorum in this courtroom, what I would generally refer to as civility in the courtroom. You do not have unfettered First Amendment rights or an unfettered Sixth Amendment right, sir. You must conform your conduct to the rules of decorum, the rules of evidence, and the rules of procedure. While you have a right to present relevant and probative arguments to this jury, you may not, and You may not present arguments related to such things as jury nullification, subject matter jurisdiction, the court's oath or lack thereof, if that's what you believe, whether this court is a court of common law, admiralty, all of those things relate to your claim as being a sovereign, which are frankly baseless. They're meritless. They've been debunked by many courts, including the court in the Beneby decision that's been referenced by this court previously. I will give you a fair opportunity to present a closing argument, but again, it is not unfettered. The simple fact is, sir, this court can restrict your right to present a closing argument. This court has the authority under 906.11, under the various cases, including Illinois versus Allen, including Rock versus Arkansas, although Rock versus Arkansas and Chambers versus Mississippi dealt with the right to testify. There is a decision, I looked it up earlier, and I'll just pull it up and tell you the case site so that you have it. I would direct your attention to Herring versus New York, found at 422 U.S. 853, a 1975 case, although in a footnote, it does stand for the proposition that a defendant who has exercised the right to conduct his own defense has, of course, the same right to make a closing argument. That's quoting state Ferretta versus California, or following the same logic from Rock and Anthony and Chambers, a right, even a constitutional right that a defendant has may be forfeited by conduct. This court, just like it attempted to do with regard to your right to testify and set up reasonable restrictions so as to meet all of the goals that the court needs to meet, will be as follows. And that is, again, sir, you may not bring up matters that are not relevant to the determination of guilt or innocence. That means evidence that was not presented and not received in this courtroom is not relevant to your closing arguments. It's not outside the
Guys, look, I think it's pretty fair. Is this guy's done? Does this guy have any more trials anywhere else or anything?
Just Milwaukee in December.
So I wonder if he's going to be present in person, or they're going to do like a video thing with him.
I'm not sure. I just know he has counsel. And I'm not even sure like what it's for, but I know like I think there's 2 different charges there. Because he's like, why are they doing them both on the same day?
Right. Yeah.
So I don't know if that's for his ex, Erica, and what he did to her.
So, okay. I get you. What he did to her. Yes. I heard about that too. I just haven't followed the cases, I guess, close enough, guys. Right. I want to find the one with him with the boxes, though. That's what I want to find. So let's see if we can find that. Christian suspect Darrell Brooks shouts.
There's so many. One where he's got a
lot of them. You guys can see these too, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's on my TV, so I can see it.
All right, cool. So
if it looks like I'm wondering, it's because I'm looking at the TV.
No, you're good. Yeah, I can't see you right now. I'm in the full screen on the other side.
Okay.
Good gosh. Frustrated judge elects Darrell Brooks from court, so she
takes him out of the courtroom so many times. It's like every time he's in there.
Yeah, it's crazy. Is this one the one with Darrell Brooks accuses juror of flipping him off? It is, isn't it? Is that the one?
I think so.
Or is it the top prosecute delivers powerful closing where he's holding up the signs of ground and stuff?
No, I think he's in his orange shirt when he does that. Maybe
one of the jurors, the lady in the black that's closest to the screen in that corner chair over there. I recognize her from my initial appearance.
Hey, Jessica.
She flipped me off coming in to my initial appearance and coming out. I know it's her for a fact. I seen her.
So you mean to tell me that the judge or the juror just decided to flip you off on the way in and out? You don't mean nothing to her, dude.
And they don't even know anything about the trial. Like, that's the whole point of jurors.
Wow.
Oh Lord.
That is so crazy. I heard him say that, and it was just crazy, guys. Let's see here. So yeah, it's it's hysterical because he's not even supposed to be in there in his orange.
He refused to put on his suit that day.
Yeah, because the judge was like, "Don't you think you should go put on some street clothes?" And he goes, "No, I'm in here, so I'm wearing this. It's comfortable."
Yep.
What? Anyways, guys, let's get back to the video.
About like I'm looking at you right now, so I know for a fact that's her. I don't want that to end up being an issue. Is this some type of way that could be addressed by Your Honor?
Mr. Brooks, you had an opportunity to exercise preemptory strikes and even to question jurors about that. You chose not to. So at this point, any issue you have with that juror is waived.
Okay, you do remember that I was not present in the courtroom. I couldn't see. All I can see from that courtroom in there is just you, Your Honor, and the prosecution's table. I can't even see the bailiffs. So it was no way for me to even see who the jury was. Obviously, I wouldn't know them by name. If I would have been able to see the jurors, I would have immediately addressed that.
I will make this one indulgence. I'll have the civilian bailiff ask that juror if she was in attendance at your initial appearance out of an abundance of caution. These are jurors, though, who with the jury questionnaires were also asked what knowledge they had about proceedings they watched or even attended. And no one, to my knowledge, has disclosed anything like that, but out of an abundance of caution, we will ask that juror if she was in attendance at your initial appearance. So for now, that's how I'll address it. I'll advise you of what her answer is later. Do you know the number of the jurors, sir? They have numbers.
I just know I can't see the number from here. I just know the chair she was sitting in.
Which chair, sir? Top row or the top or the bottom row?
The bottom row, the last black chair.
Chairs are all black.
She had the black
They're
shirt
all
on.
black chairs, sir. So
The last
chair
black chair closest to the television.
Thank you, sir, because there are two sides, right? So it's the last chair on both sides. So I wanted to make clear. You're saying the chair closest to the television. Thank you.
I said that at the beginning, Your Honor.
Front row.
No, you didn't.
All right.
No.
State have copies of the filings.
Yes.
I will take these in order. The first is a note from Mr. Brooks that was handed to Deputy Wittig at about 12:05. It says, "I would like my filings addressed, parenthesis, notice of special appearance, statement of particulars, both are by affidavit filed 10/3/22, which today is deadline to respond. Thank you, Mr. Brooks. I'm respectfully declining to respond to those filings." That's my decision, sir. Next
Are you
topic.
making a judicial determination that those have no merit?
Mr. Brooks, I have indicated to you on the record what I will or will not do.
I would like to motion for finding a fact.
Your request is denied. The next,
May Your Honor explain why.
Mr.
it's
Brooks,
denied.
I'm gonna go through these one by one. If I feel the need to make more of a record, I will do so. The record will be available later on. If you think I've made an error, you can then raise that on appeal.
I know you're making the error, Your Honor.
Mr.
You wanna
Brooks,
explain
I'm
to
not
me
gonna
why?
have a debate with you right now. We
I'm
are
not.
continuing on. I'm giving you.
You know she has a what? Dude, you act like you are the judge right now.
Oh.
What? I honestly think this trial was better than the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp.
Yes.
But I still say to this much, this guy shouldn't even had the right for a trial in person.
No.
He shouldn't have.
Definitely opened the floor for a Lifetime movie.
Yeah. Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate that. And that's why I'm saying everybody in this community gets along. They, they talk in the chats. It's wonderful, guys. This is how this is how I dreamed about my channels being in a live, guys. So it's crazy. It's crazy, guys. So I got another courtroom claps as judge throws book at Darrell. That one's 6 days ago.
Wait, what? I missed that.
Yeah, courtroom claps as judge throws book at Darrell. 15 minutes long.
I wonder if that is that when. No, maybe not. Did I miss something?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll watch. Let's go on with this one. We'll watch that one next because I think that's the one.
That's when she read his verdict.
Yeah. So let's go on with this one.
The courtesy to respond to each one of these things. That's how I've responded. I expect that you will, even if you disagree with my decision, sir, that you will respect it and we'll move forward. The next piece of paper filed at 1:52 p.m. says, are you making a judicial determination? I'm not allow my right under the First Amendment to freedom of speech in this courtroom. Mr. Brooks, we have rules of decorum and courtesy. They have been provided to you multiple times. They are part of the materials that you have before you.
Do they fall under the First Amendment?
SCR Chapter 62 discusses just the standards of courtesy and decorum for the courts of Wisconsin. In addition, sir, parties are able to file requests with the court. It's called a motion. A motion, however, is based in law. There is a citation to not only that law, but relevant facts, and there's a request for relief. While you have the right to present a defense, you do not have a right to disrupt the proceedings.
That was not disruption.
Mr. Brooks.
I was asking, will my First Amendment right, which is freedom of speech and the right to be heard in court, will that be honored by your honor? That's a valid question.
Mr. Brooks,
that's a constitutional
I have
right.
given you ample opportunity to present information, evidence, to question when we've had witnesses on the stand, but I expect you to follow the rules of procedure, the rules of evidence when presenting your requests.
I can't even get these admitted into evidence.
That's Mr. Brooks. I cannot explain to you if you don't understand the basis in law for the denial.
You're right. I don't understand. But
but that doesn't mean we're going to have a discussion or a debate about what it means, because we're not going to do that.
The rules that you set.
So the bottom line is, I don't feel, Mr. Brooks, stop talking. I do not feel.
I was following the rules when you said that I had to make all
and you
objections.
did, and I'm going through them.
Writing.
So give me the courtesy of replying or responding.
Guys, this judge probably had to go see her doctor after this.
She needed a big Xanax.
She needed something, guys. Holy crap.
Like, he is not a lawyer. Of course he's not going to understand. Why did he fire his lawyer? That was stupid. Even his mama said it.
All right, Hawaiian Heather. Yeah, I mean, I don't get it. Why is he representing? Did he really think he was going to get out of something representing himself? It is unless he has schizophrenia and he thought the judge would actually put nail further in what he already put himself in. I mean, how much further can you get? You killed 6 people, Darrell.
Yep. Including an 8-year-old boy.
I mean, he's disgusting. He shouldn't even be in front of this judge.
When he came into the court initially with his head shaved, because did you see him initially with the dreads?
I did, yeah.
Okay. So when he came in with his head shaved, my first initial thought was, and when he said that his name is not Darrell Brooks, I was like, he's really trying to impersonate a different person.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what? Is he really going to go there? And I think he was really trying to go there.
Yeah. And now he's trying to say that he's crazy.
Yeah. Like,
get less
no.
of a
He's like,
sentence.
no, you're not crazy. You're just dumb.
I mean, you can tell he's not stupid, guys, when he's representing himself. His choice of words are very smart.
Right.
His word placement's there. This guy does not have a problem. This guy this guy's a killer.
He has an anger issue.
Not to mention this guy seems male chauvinist big time.
He's got a control issue as well.
That is disgusting, guys. There's nothing worse than seeing a male saying that women's not as powerful or women's not up there with a man or that is disgusting, guys. There's women in the military fighting right next to a man.
Oh, yeah. Look at Linda the Wolf.
I mean, it's there. Oh, God, this is going to give me a headache by the time I'm done with this. All right, let's continue.
To these. And please give me the courtesy that even when you disagree with how I answer them, that you will not interrupt me.
It's not about me trying to interrupt you, Your Honor.
Mr.
All
Brooks,
I'm saying is,
I'm going to address the next one. So please pay
what you
attention.
were saying about decorum, I was asking, does that fall under the First Amendment? Because the First Amendment, which is my constitutional right, says that I have the right to freedom of speech and to be heard in this court.
Mr.
That's all I'm
Brooks,
really-
again, you have the right to present a defense, but that right is not unfettered.
But that's
That
the Sixth
right,
Amendment. I'm
Mr.
talking
Brooks,
about the First
you
Amendment.
are interrupting me. Stop.
Because you're talking about
No, because you're
talking about an
purposely
amendment that I'm
doing
not
this,
referring
so
to,
I
Your
can't
Honor.
get my reasoning
But
out.
I'm
You
not
make it
referring to the
incredibly
Sixth
difficult.
Amendment. I'm not referring to the Sixth Amendment.
Mr.
I'm referring
Brooks.
to the First Amendment, which clearly says that I have the right to freedom of speech and to be heard in the courtroom. Are you not going to honor my constitutional right, Your Honor? If not, that is judicial misconduct, and you're making a judicial determination to not honor my constitutional right. I just want to be treated fairly, like anyone else, which you said on the record that you will be fair and impartial. What
Mr.
you're
Brooks,
doing
you
is
also
not
have
fair
an
and impartial.
obligation to treat this court fairly, and you have an obligation to follow the rules of courtesy and decorum, the rules of procedure, the rules of evidence.
Your Honor, I did
That's
not-
the playing field that you willingly entered into and made a deliberate
did not.
decision to waive your right to an attorney
I can-
and to appear
I
in this
consented-
case
I
as your own
consented
attorney.
to represent myself pro per. The same paperwork that you gave me, you have, and I also have a copy of the same one where I scratched out what I did not agree or consent to. We both know that, Your Honor.
Mr. Brooks, I made findings regarding that, and those findings stand, that despite you scratching out some of those words on there, I made very specific findings about your waiver of right to an attorney. So we're not going to relitigate that here right
You also
now.
accepted the terms of the paperwork that I
Mr.
filed out.
Brooks, I'm not going to engage with you about whether you and I have entered into some type of a contract
We did
or
not.
engage in
We did
any
not.
type of
We
that
did not
kind of
enter into
dialogue,
any
because
contract.
that's what you're claiming through some
No,
of these
I'm not.
filings,
I'm
and
not
you've
claiming
said that
I
previously.
am not claiming that, Your Honor.
So,
In any way, shape,
Mr.
or
Brooks,
form, I do
I'm
not
giving you
consent to
some
any
leeway.
contract.
You continue to talk over me. It's, I'm asking you to follow the rules of civility. Simple rules, sir. Don't interrupt me.
Did I not just let you read the whole jury instructions and follow the rules that you said I have to write down
You did.
anything that I object to and then hand it in.
Except now that we're discussing them, it seems to me that the rules don't quite matter to you, sir.
No, that is not what's
So,
being asserted.
Here's
on my
what's
end.
happening, sir.
All
I'm telling you,
all
I'm
I'm asking
advising
for-
you to respect the rules. I'm advising you that if you continue to interrupt, you risk forfeiting your right to be present in this courtroom.
Are you?
Because I still need to continue with these proceedings, sir. I need to go through all of the documents that you filed, and you're not letting me do that.
Because we didn't
So
get
I'm
past
gonna,
the
if I
issue.
need to, I'll remove you to the other courtroom so that I can do this. And yes, exercise the mute button, sir. And then I'll bring you back when the jury's back.
This was filed though, Your Honor, and it's a valid.
Mr. Brooks is
it's valid.
clearly not following the simple rule of.
This judge seems like she's about ready to fall over.
I'd had another stroke.
I guarantee you afterwards, this judge probably went to the bar to get a drink. I bet you. Either that or she went straight home, and if she had a husband, told her husband, look, we're getting shit-faced tonight. And her husband's probably like, what are you talking about? And she just wasted no time. Down the hatch it went. I can see this.
Wine bottle.
I mean, absolutely crazy, guys. Jeremy says she should not have allowed crossed out paperwork signed by both parties into record.
Yeah.
Facts. That is facts. Freckles says, poor lady. Yes, I feel sorry for the judge. He never shuts. No, he doesn't actually.
No, but in Milwaukee court, he had no choice because he was strapped into that chair.
Yeah, see, and I have not seen that one neither, guys.
He was on suicide watch because it's standard procedure.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, well. Oh, God. All right, guys. Make a point. Yes, that's what I'm saying, Rose. She probably went home and wasted no time. She probably got a bottle on the way home, and her husband's like, "You don't even drink." She's like, "I do now."
You've been sober for 12 years.
Holy snap!
Not
Jessica,
today.
Jessica. All right, Jessica, gonna come on. I think I have room. There we go. Yeah. What's up,
Mama.
Jessica?
Hey guys,
Hey, what's up?
how's everybody?
Ugh.
Oh God, we're cracking up over here. This idiot.
Bro, I watched the whole trial because I got sucked in.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
My husband was like, "Why are you watching this fool?" And I was like, "Because I can't help it. I can't help it." But if you're looking for the box video in the caption, I think it does say Darrell Brooks removed from the courtrooms builds a wall of boxes. I think is what the caption in the video
Come
is.
join my box court.
And then the judge made the bailiffs go in there and remove him. I thought he was going to lose his mind.
Oh, yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah, I did see that. Let's look that up real quick. I'm gonna look that up. Darrell Brooks.
It's like builds a box wall or wall of boxes or something.
Builds. Hey.
You are my
Wall.
wall.
Of
And
boxes.
it was like the last week of the trial.
Yeah.
I did see that one. Here we go. Okay, I got it. Darrell Brooks builds the ball. Okay. All right, let's finish this one up and then we'll move on to that one. And then if we'll go on to where the judge throws the books at him. We'll do that. Country Bro, Jamie says at Country Bro, okay, dude, you should have took a different path in life and been a defense attorney. Oh goodness. All right, guys, I'm gonna start this. I'm gonna shut my camera off. I gotta run into the kitchen real quick, so I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
Of civility that I have established.
That's
He
inaccurate,
continues
Your
to
Honor.
interrupt. He's not providing this court with
inaccurate, Your Honor.
ability to make rulings on the record without interruption. So this is your final warning, or you will be removed to the other courtroom.
Will Your honor my First Amendment right?
I'm
Or
not
are you
answering
making
that
it- or are
question,
you
sir,
making
because
it-
I've already addressed
So
it.
you're making a judicial determination to deprive me of my constitutional
I am not
right.
making any such determination, sir.
So you just said you're not going to answer the question about my First Amendment right, which says
Sir,
that
I've
I have
already
freedom of
answered the
speech.
question that you have a right to present a defense.
That is the
You have
Sixth
a right
Amendment,
to
not
be
the first.
present.
You're trying to
You
twist up the
have
amendments.
a right to present your defense, but your rights are not unfettered.
Yes, they
Your
are, Your
rights-
Honor. You're citing the Sixth Amendment, which I am not
Mr. Brooks,
questioning.
your
I'm-
First Amendment in some respects is circumscribed by the rules of evidence and the rules of procedure.
Does it say that I have?
So it
freedom
doesn't
of
mean you
speech?
get to say anything that you want in
No,
front of
I'm
the
not-
jury.
Your
And
Honor,
it doesn't mean you get to put forth any kind of evidence that you want in
Your
front
Honor,
of a
am
jury.
am I
What it
being-
means, sir,
am
is
I being
that you
disrespectful?
must
Am I
follow.
calling you
Yes,
out your
you're being
name? Am I threatening
disrespectful because
anybody?
you're
I'm
not.
not doing anything of the sort.
All right, he is continuously talking over me. So at this point, I'm going to find that he's forfeit his right to be
I have
present as
not
I
forfeited
go
my right,
through
Your Honor. I have
his
not consented to any. I'm
his
simply trying to
paperwork. He's to be
understand
removed to the other courtroom
I'm
until
simply
such
trying to
time as he
understand
can pledge to
why we're
follow
not
the
talking
rules
about
of
the First
decorum and
Amendment. I'm not
civility.
talking about the
We'll be
Sixth
in
Amendment.
recess until we have
Your Honor, I
everything
do
set
not
up.
agree to a
The
estoppel.
record to reflect, I'm stepping off.
The more she tells him not to do something,
Oh,
the
Lord.
more he does it. Like he's definitely trolling her
Yeah, like I
without
can't
a
even
doubt.
with him.
Without a doubt.
Questions, Your Honor?
As to this particular piece of evidence only, Mr. Brooks, you may ask questions of Detective Casey.
Objection, I don't consent to being called that name. And yeah,
Noted. Do you have any questions for the witness?
This
Well, you know why he was
when was
saying
this
why he didn't consent is because
video,
in
when was
the
this made a
charging
exhibit?
paperwork,
'Cause I don't have it.
his
Uh-huh.
name was in
That's
capital
not a
letters.
question for the witness, Your Honor.
And so
Yes,
Oh
that
my
was a
Lord.
he said that that wasn't
When was
his.
this
As to the
video
form
made
of
an
the
exhibit?
question,
Oh, he's ridiculous.
When was this video made an exhibit? That is a question.
I object to the question directed at the witness, Your Honor. It's beyond the scope of his knowledge.
Well, he said he saw it.
It's all
That's not
beyond the
the
scope of
question,
his
so you can
knowledge.
rephrase your question if you want to.
When did you see this exhibit? When did you see it?
That's crazy, guys. I'm taking the other one went off or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's go to Darrell Brooks. Darrell Brooks builds boxes. Let's go to that one.
Okay.
Watch that.
I gotta get something to drink. I'll be right back. I'm not
Okay.
turning my camera off, so you're just gonna see my fat ass. I don't care.
Oh, okay. Darrell Brooks. Builds.
That judge definitely deserves like a Nobel
If
Peace
the bailiff
Prize.
could,
He has the patience of a saint.
Yeah. Guys,
I
this
mean,
is crazy.
She kicked him out, I think, one day like 3 or 4 times and allowed him to come back in.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, if it would have been anyone else, they would have been gone for a while. I
Did
mean,
you see the one where he was staring at the judge? Like,
Oh my God.
yeah, I did see
he was
that.
like,
Yeah.
You're really freaking me out.
Yeah. I mean, the judge took a lot from him too. That's the thing too.
A
Took
lot.
a lot from him. All right. Let's read some comments here. Country Bro says it's reality TV. It is 100% reality TV.
I think that's how I described it to my husband.
Yeah. So Freckles, Freckles says, dang. Jamie says he is gaslighting the judge. Yes, he is very much so. The poor judge. Capital letters do not matter. Even misspelled can be amended. Country Bro, Country Bro says I've got to get some popcorn. All right.
I was eating my cheeses.
Okay, no problem. The judge didn't have the practice of a saint. That is facts. Yes. But the game changes when he is repping himself correctly. And you know, it's crazy too, guys, because that judge is literally, if it would have been anyone else, they would have been thrown out of the courtroom, guys.
Yep.
Plain and simple. I mean, they would have. So,
like I said, her and the Parkland shooter judge took a lot of shit.
Yeah, that's no joke. I mean, it's crazy. All right, let's start this other one. Builds boxes. What?
Confirm. Well, he put him on top. He put him on the floor. That's his right. They're not in front of him, but it's by his own conduct that he's done that. The record should reflect Mr. Brooks is muted because he wants to continue to debate with this court about my prior rulings regarding his forfeiture by conduct of his right to present further evidence on his behalf. I know one of the things I probably need to look at, I'm not sure if Madam Clerk did this or not, would be the language from the amendment from the amended information on count 70.
Here he goes. Building the wall.
76, the 76 count. Just want to make, it says near Frame Park, so it is in there, but that was just one question I had.
I wonder what he's talking about under that mask.
Yeah, I know. Wonder what he's thinking about. Like,
So state have any requests as it relates to the jury instructions?
I'm just going through each one. I'm on page 50 of 107. Everything's looking great so far.
Okay. Fair enough. There's 107 pages. I certainly can give the parties some time to continue to read through them.
wow.
Where'd he go?
He's behind his boxes. What the heck?
Peekaboo.
And wasn't he hiding from something?
I don't know.
I think he was just being contrary, a big baby. And I think Opper is the one that, or one of the prosecuting attorneys is the one that suggests.
Mr. Brooks is
Right. Let's read this real quick. Jamie says, at Bare Bones Reactions, I will state the disclosure for you for the entire live. Everything stated in the chats and by the panel members are the matter of opinion of the panel and the chat and not legal advice. Correct. 100%.
Absolutely.
So, yes. Jamie, do you have a degree in law? Let me
I
ask you
thought
that.
he sounds like a paralegal.
Because your words
I think there's something along the lines of that in her life. That's my girl, dog.
Yeah, I mean, she's great. She's great. I can just tell by her wording, her word
Yeah,
placement,
she's very
where they're at.
professional.
She's got something in law or something. Laugh out loud, yeah. So okay, yeah, just place them in the words as
I know she came in clutch for me yesterday.
good. She's a great person.
Yeah.
Can she mod? Jamie? Yeah, let me.
I think she's a mod other places too.
Yeah. I need some mods, anyways. I've been doing this kind of with, I don't know how many mods. I need like 2, I think, something like that.
I'm a mod.
I'm a
So I've
mod.
been going through just
But
trying
I'm always in the live, so I can't really. It's hard to do.
Yeah.
Me and Jeff are selfish.
I've been called worse.
Let's get her a wrench.
I think when we do police chases, though, I'm gonna go just to modding.
Yeah. That's what I may have to actually get a special app for that, maybe.
Really?
I don't know. I've been looking. I have my laptop over here open. I'm looking for them all over.
I downloaded Streamlabs the other day. I don't know what it's about though.
Streamlabs. Yeah. So it's kind of like what am I
You
on
just
here?
connect all your stuff to it, don't you?
Yeah, yeah. Basically, that's what you do. This is StreamYard. Streamlabs is another streaming.
So I downloaded the wrong thing.
Well, I mean, you could use Streamlabs is actually free, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's free. So is StreamYard. It's just if you do over 20 hours in a month, then you can't stream on StreamYard no more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I've got to get enough subscribers first, anyways. So
Yeah. So
But if you can share your screen like you're doing now, I mean, most of those police chases and stuff you can find on YouTube, right? So can't
Yeah.
you just do it just like you're doing right now?
oh yeah, you can. Yeah. I mean, like earlier I was in the front room and I had a thing pop up on my phone saying there was a live chase in LA. But it was like 7:30, so I was in there with my wife and my daughter watching Christmas movies, so I couldn't jump up and come in here and be like, "Oh, flip it on," and be like, "Okay, guys, live police chase." I'm here to cover it, guys. I mean, so yeah. Barbie says, "What is up, Barbie? Did you
Hey,
see?
Barbie.
Did you see today? Okay, so it's true. There was a dog skinned like 3 weeks ago, and like 3 miles from the Idaho 4 when it
Yeah.
happened.
Remember I told y'all that last
Said
night.
it was,
But it was
done
not
by-
related.
Huh? See, I didn't hear that. Yeah, so I'm glad that was actually brought to my attention because they have a dog in the house, and the dog never barked one time.
Yeah, it was not related to the case, and the dog did get found and returned back. I think it was to the parents of the girl or the boyfriend of the girl.
Yeah, no. There was like 3 weeks before the murder, there was a neighbor whose dog was skinned, and that dog didn't get returned because that dog was
And
dead.
we're talking about the 4 Idaho
Yeah.
college
Yeah.
students that was murdered. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember because I brought that up last night.
Right.
But
Yeah.
they were
Yeah.
saying that maybe whoever this person is, that's kind of how it started.
Correct.
You
Correct.
know, was mutilating animals and stuff.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's how serial killers start.
That is definitely something to think about. I mean, but what gets me is when she says, when the woman who done the autopsy says that there may have been more than one knife been used.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, that was actually said too. So, Barbie says now they addressed it, saying they don't think it's related. So now they, excuse me, are kind of like look over her kind of thing. Yeah. And they're going to do that because they don't want everybody to know what they have.
Right.
I guarantee you the police has something. Look at Leilani. Look at how long they laid off of Leilani.
Yep.
And then they literally put it to her. And Quentin, that I do believe that was Quentin Simon's remains been found too. I seen a post on YouTube about it was a box with a flag over it and stuff. So, and then Billy
Joe sent that picture to share, I think.
Yeah.
So I mean, they definitely know it's him. I mean,
yeah, they do.
Clothing or just
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a tough one, guys, because now we have Quentin Simon that actually, he got justice, plain and simple. We got justice. Everybody got justice for that one. Maybe not the justice as we wanted, but hey, she's in jail. She's in jail for probably a very long time and hopefully never sees the light of day.
Absolutely.
Michael Vaughn, hopefully he's found. I do believe they know something because I was reading a thing saying that they wouldn't have put her in jail and already charged her basically with what they charged her with if they haven't already found some kind of remains of Michael Vaughn's. And then who else do we have? The 4 college students they need to find a knife, something about it. So they're searching trash cans and what have you. I can't believe they ain't got no suspects. They have to know something about somebody.
They do. They definitely. They're with all the cameras and they definitely.
2022, they've got something.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was off campus too.
Oh, I was thinking, about the Michael Vaughn thing. You know how that lady's husband was arrested like a week or two before she was charged. I think
Yeah.
maybe it was like a jail phone call
That
because
what?
he was in jail. She was only one at the house, but they said the information came from inside the house. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what was making me think maybe it was a phone call between them two. And yeah,
Yeah.
they're all recorded.
Yeah. I think it was something. I know that the tip come from inside of the house, that household. So
Yeah,
it had to have been her or him say that Michael Vaughn was buried back there.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just kind of wanting to know what happened to him.
Right.
You know, and people's going on to say that they had him inside that house all along. That's the reason why that little girl come up to the Ring camera and started talking to the husband like she known him forever.
I
Guys,
thought
that's
that was really
creepy.
weird. I thought that she was like, "Hey, Stacy." I was like,
Mhm.
"What?" And then
What?
there was another little kid behind her too. You could
Yeah.
hear him talking to her.
But I mean, it's almost like those little kids knew something. I don't know. I'm just saying, guys, that's my belief. I believe that the little kid, something happened to the little kid in their presence, in their hands.
Well, yeah,
And
we talked about that. Remember, like,
yeah,
wonder if maybe he hit him with his car or something, and then
yeah,
like,
and they actually sold their other car too. So
really,
yeah, they got rid of their other car that they had.
hmm.
So, but people's going on to say that was actually for quartz and stuff.
Well, they can go get that other car and scrub it for DNA.
Yeah, they could probably
Yeah,
track it down.
yeah, it's not too late for that. So it's definitely not too late for that. So,
We're
all right,
going crazy.
yeah, everything's crazy. All right, let's finish up this video real quick.
Asking to go back to his cell at this point, I'm going to deny that request. He can remain in the other courtroom.
You can tell he's talking. Look at his head bobbing.
Yeah. What in the heck?
Peekaboo.
Look like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Something.
You can't see me. So you can tell he's talking
Oh yeah.
because he's real animated. He's a wackadoo.
He's done lost it.
Oh yeah.
I think he represented himself because of course he's going to appeal, and he's going to, because if you don't have representation, he can spin it any way he wants. You know, it was unfair. It was.
I mean, look at this judge. Look how calm this judge is. What the heck?
When he starts holding up signs, objection.
He's trying to look over the boxes.
No.
What?
I know he's muted, but I can certainly hear him from this.
She can hear him. Yeah,
side.
she can hear him, but he's muted to
Yelling
everybody
at the
else.
top of his lungs. I can't decipher what he's yelling.
Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate that.
Jamie, shut the chat down real quick.
Uh-huh.
Oh shit, we gonna get sued.
Absolutely crazy, guys.
And did you hear his little
crazy.
speech on sentencing day? When it, you know, and never once did he say he was sorry. It was all about him, me.
Yeah.
And then he started apologizing to the judge and like, you know, people dress up like you for Halloween, and she's like, I don't need your accolades or your, you know, whatever. Because at
Yeah.
that point she was done with him, and she just damn hammered him.
Yep.
That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. What was the other one? Here, I found another one I want to watch with you guys. Let's go here. Let's do one more Darrell Brooks, and then
They're all crazy.
we'll move on to something different here. So Darrell Brooks strapped into. I want to watch this one. I have not seen this one.
Was that must have been sentencing, right?
No, this is in Milwaukee.
strapped into wheelchair.
Oh, that's the other case, right?
Yeah.
The other,
Good.
he was
It's
like
the
in a
quietest
wheelchair.
I've ever seen him.
This dude's crazy.
Why did they have him strapped in a wheelchair? Do y'all know?
What is
Suicide watch.
what is up, Captain Kirk? How's it going tonight, bud?
Hey, Captain Kirk.
We'll see what I was looking to do. So I hadn't really thought that far in advance. This is State of Wisconsin versus Darrell Brooks Jr., case 20 CF 2550, also calling 21 CF 4596 and 21 CF 50. Appearances.
State appears by Jacob Core and Michelle Grasso.
And how long is
Attorney
this?
Robert Hampton appears with Attorney
5 minutes,
William
all right.
Rakestraw. Mr. Brooks, good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Mr. Brooks's cases were scheduled today before this branch and branch 10 for final pretrials. Mr. Brooks is currently set for trial in both of these branches on
Sounds fun, Captain
December
Kirk.
12th. My understanding is during the course of the morning, both the state and defense counsels met with branch 10, Judge Hobbs.
What is up, Cortex?
And there was a discussion about what would happen this afternoon, and it's my understanding that there's going to be a request that we postpone the December 12th trial dates. Is that accurate?
That is correct, Your Honor. We all know where Mr. Brooks has spent the last basic month, and over that month, just out of a courtesy, because he's focusing on other things, doing his own attorney there in Waukesha. We didn't speak with him because he was busy. Since the verdict is read, got back in touch with Mr. Brooks, and we're speaking again and dealing with this case, but I'm asking for an adjournment so that we can now get into how we want to handle the case in front of Your Honor and also Judge Thomas.
Mr. Core and Ms. Grasso, is the state going to take a position on these requests?
No, Judge, given the circumstances, I don't think the state is going to object. The state would have been prepared on December 12th for these matters, but given the circumstances and the defense's inability to prepare, we're not going to object to the adjournment.
All right. At this point, from the court system's perspective, we've.
What are those
Captain,
charges?
yeah,
What
he's
are you
crazy.
there for?
He's absolutely crazy. Captain Kurt says, "What do you think about the massacre of the 4 kids? Are you talking about the college kids? Is that what you're talking about, Kurt?"
I'm sure that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So, I done a reaction of Shade Darker, not Shade Darker, guys.
Harsh reality.
Harsh reality. So of it too. So I believe there was more than one person that went in that house.
You do?
Absolutely.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh. Huh.
Absolutely. Because one person is going to kill 4 people, brutally stab them to death. No one hears them whenever there's 2 survivors downstairs in the basement. The dog's not even barking. That's there. Nothing. It's all quiet.
Those are labradoodles, so I don't know. I don't know if they're very vocal.
Well, and they said that the dog is normally barking at people. That's the reason why they say that they think that the people that entered the home or was already in the home. That's
When
the
they
dog
got
knew
there.
who they was.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a crazy one. I've been following that really closely. What is up, Wolverine? How's it going? Wolverine says, just got through watching Christmas Vacation. I'm Jewish and don't celebrate Christmas, but that's funny right there. Never gets old. Definitely. It's a funny movie, bro.
Classic.
My husband said we're not allowed to watch Christmas movies till after Thanksgiving.
Really? We would. I made it a thing. Every single night we're watching a Christmas movie until Christmas is over.
He said after Thanksgiving, it's on. But
yeah, for sure. Idaho murders. So there's one 16 minutes ago. May watch. Okay, may catch up on that too. Let's see. Captain Kurt Barbie's talking about to Captain Kurt. Wolverine. No, there was rumors of them being tied up and stuff. That's false and gagged. No one was tied up or gagged.
Well, I didn't hear that. That's news. Yeah,
That's because when you sit in front of a computer all day and make videos, then you learn a lot of things that you wouldn't if you wasn't in front of the computer. So I know quite a bit about. I've studied quite a bit about that one. Lasso's TC at chat says, "Hey everyone, how's it going? How's it going?"
I love Lost. I watch her a lot.
Freckles, hey Freckles. Everybody just loves Freckles. I didn't hear that, Bare Bones. Yeah, they actually said that it went on for a while about them supposedly being gagged and stuff. And the news come forward and said, or the police come forward and said, that's false. That's false information. No one was gagged. Nobody was tied up. It was actually, they go on to say they don't even think the people was all asleep. So I don't know. So it's really a sad thing that happened to them for college students. And the person that came in knew what they was after, guys. They knew what they was after. They knew exactly where they was going. That's the reason why I'm saying I think 2 people was involved in that. So
I definitely think it was somebody that knew him and had been in that house before, without a doubt.
They definitely was in that house before. Most definitely was in the house before. There's no doubt in my mind they was in that house before.
And you know that one girl had that stalker or whatever. So
yeah, 2 months prior to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2 months prior to that, she had a stalker, and she told her teacher, and they turned that in, so that was on record too. So, but her boyfriend, the Jack guy, her boyfriend, or the guy that she was trying to call frantically was supposedly her boyfriend, I guess. But why was the other girl trying to call the same person?
Yeah, that's weird. I saw an interview with her mom and her sister, and she said that was maybe kind of like that she wasn't, if they were in trouble, they wouldn't call him. They would have called 911. Her sister was saying that they just think she was calling because they had just recently broke up. They were like had been dating for years, on again, off again. And she said that was kind of her MO. She'd call him late at night after a night out drinking. And then she was probably like, hey, he won't answer my phone calls. You call him.
Right. What is up, Rusty Truck? How's it going?
Hey, Rusty Truck.
Yes, good to see you in here, bro.
That's exactly what I said, Rusty.
Yeah, Darrell Brooks is something else. Like, I don't even know what to say about this guy. Besides, he shouldn't even have had a trial. He just shouldn't have. Anyways, guys, let's get on with the video.
Begun to make arrangements, and I discussed this briefly with counsel, with Mr. Court today. The court had reached out to find larger voir dire space for December 12th, and we talked about Waukesha. The court had been kind enough to share a juror questionnaire. We talked about that, but I can't say that significant enough efforts have been made that it would cause problems to move these matters. And given the circumstances here, in the events of the last month in Waukesha County, the court does understand why it would have been difficult for Mr. Rakestraw and Mr. Hampton to meet with Mr. Brooks and coordinate strategy on these matters. So for those reasons, the court will grant the request to adjourn these matters. Mr. Hampton and Mr. Rakestraw, at this point, should we be looking at setting new trial and final pretrial dates, or do you think the cases are going to move in a different direction?
At this point, as we set a status date so that we can figure out how we want to move forward and also discuss any possible plans, any possible options with the state if those exist.
Well, it's nice to hear him not talking.
Right.
Or
I mean,
on that?
I don't have a position on that, Judge.
All right. From the court's
I don't
perspective,
think anything really exciting happens in this video. It was just, I think
No.
everybody thought it was just funny that, you know, he was like he'd been
Silent.
sedated or
clearly,
something.
if we end up setting another trial date for Mr. Brooks, that has to be the in capital letters trial date for these matters. And it's going to take a fair amount of preparation on behalf of the state, a fair amount of preparation on behalf of the defense, and a fair amount of preparation on behalf of the court system. And so I think that setting a status date to make sure that that's where we're going to go. I also think that on that status date, we'd set the matters in both courts on December 12th. And it may be that in the future, we need to revisit setting the matters on the same date in both calendars. That's a decision that state defense and Judge Havas and I can continue to discuss. But at this point, I do think it's appropriate to set these matters for a status hearing, given the Thanksgiving holiday and the holidays that follow. Realistically, Mr. Hampton, Mr. Rakestraw, and counsel for the state, how much time until we know where we're going on these?
If you look at the second week of January, is that possible?
Your brother's funny.
I know. Yes, guys. So there we go. I mean, Darrell Brooks. Oh God, guys, wouldn't you have hated to be the judge at that point?
Dude, I wondered if it was a male judge. Since it was a male judge in this court, that's why he was quiet.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely most chauvinist. I've said that. I said that earlier.
Yeah.
You could 100% tell he does not like a woman.
No.
So that's crazy.
Loving at your brother. He said, "What in the law and order is going on?"
Yeah. So this was the Darrell Brooks case, whatever you want to call it.
Tell your brother to go back to his porta potty.
He actually went to he drove through a parade basically and killed 6 people and injured over 60. So yes.
And you know what was so weird is he never really presented excuse me, a defense. Like what
No.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to do it. But
he's like, "Can I bring in my paperwork?" For what?
Yeah.
We already know. We watched the videos. We watched you drive through them.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
the lady cop was even like, "Yeah, we saw who did it." And he's like, "Who'd you see?" And she's like, "You."
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
like if he had accidentally turned down the wrong road and there was a parade and he didn't know and he was upset because of whatever, and then something, he could have stopped. That's just what the judge said. You had a million opportunities to stop.
Right. And just like Wolverine went and said, I can never give this dude a fair trial. He shouldn't even have had a trial. He killed 6 people and he injured over 60. He should have never had a trial. And he did it all at 35 miles an hour.
Yep.
Well, then one of the guys said that there was someone on his hood and that he like saw him slam the brakes on to knock him off the hood.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he's definitely he's definitely got some damn mental issues.
Oh yeah, he definitely got mental issues.
Anybody who commits crimes has freaking mental issues. That I don't think that
definitely.
Oh
definitely.
Well.
Have you guys went on to see anything about PBR? Have you guys went on to see anything about that?
No.
You go there.
God. I did earlier. Yes, he's back again. He's actually
something's happened. He was gone for a few days and I thought he was going to Disney World.
Yeah, well, he said he was in California or something like that, and it comes from another state or something like that. Yeah. Bare bones, we might see our brother on here. Yeah, no joke, right? That's totally true. Totally true.
You have another brother?
Yeah, I got another brother. Yeah.
How many brothers you got?
He's an older brother. I got one more brother.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, Casey Shooter's my younger brother. So yeah, I got an older brother. So yeah. Barbie says enchiladas. Casey must be cooking enchiladas.
Yeah, your brother
We
said.
can't talk about Mexican food in here.
PBR made a short. Yeah, PBR made a short. Pissed me off.
What was it about?
Country bro, he pisses everybody off. He's back on his stuff again. So yeah, he got another one that's called Crack Squad Reactions.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah. It's crazy, guys.
He's never gonna stop, dude.
I mean,
I thought he moved on to harassing Linda and Wade.
And everybody's left him alone too. That's the whole.
Yeah.
Everybody left the guy alone.
Right.
There are some really strange people doing some really strange things, though. Like that, they're still in that kind of conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Like it's weird.
Sandra, what is up? Sandra says hello, deuces in chat. How's it going, Sandra?
Hello.
PBR needs to look in the mirror. Totally. Jamie says ignore the toxic. It will die out. Yes, it will actually.
I mean, I think that's what we've all kind of been doing. There are a few people
Yeah.
still kind of perpetuating it.
I haven't even went on to make a reaction video of this dude anymore.
I don't even talk about it unless it's talked about.
Yeah, neither do I. I just happen to see his it's Crack Squad Reactions is what it's called.
He's literally just trying to get a reaction out of anybody.
That's all it is, guys.
Well, he's losing views because he's
trending down. Well, he's never trending to begin with, but
your brother says PBR sounds like some kind of sexual disease.
Yeah, I know. He's crazy.
Well, pretty close.
Oh God.
You just can't.
Hello, Rusty Chuck. Hi, Casey Shooter. Lost Souls PBR only does it for attention. That's all he does it for, too, guys. Is just for attention.
So then my question is, what do y'all think about the people that are still posting the comments? They're kind of doing the same thing too, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
but I don't go over there, so I don't even know who the hell they are.
No, yeah, you do know who they are.
Well, a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people is here. Let me do this real quick here.
Yeah, I literally have been over there maybe twice.
To his channel.
Yeah, and that was like when it first started.
No. I'm talking about other content creators like that keep continuing on like.
Oh,
like,
okay, yeah. I got it.
Y'all don't know each other. What? To me, it looks like they're scrounging for subs.
Oh yeah,
that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. And they don't have enough content by themselves without mentioning names, and it's always been like that too.
I mean, to me, it just makes you look
desperate
and a little thirsty, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And in the end, it's probably going to end up getting some of these people in trouble. I mean, it's not a good look.
Like if I only have 14 subscribers for the rest of my life, I am completely content with that because I know I'm doing it right, the right way.
Yeah.
You said to me, I got 14. I'm one of your 14, Scuba.
Yes, you are.
So yeah.
It's kind of like a rabbit hole. And I think like Bear, that's like where you do like a really good job because you don't get in the messy stuff. And so that way you don't get sucked into the messy stuff. You just do what you want to do. And that's respectable because it seems like there's a lot of content creators that can't help it. You know, it's like a.
Well, I mean, drama sells, guys.
Right.
Drama sells big time.
Right. And I could go that route with my channel. Here's the thing for me, though. I've learned since my strokes, I don't want anything disrupting my peace because I don't want this to happen to me again.
And it definitely would. You know what I mean? It
Yeah,
would get you upset. It would get you worked up.
Yeah.
Then you'd start reading troll comments. And,
yes.
You know.
Save the drama for your mama. I ain't got time for the childish bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Definitely.
I've got a lot of health problems. Sometimes my brain slips. Sometimes things happen. I don't mean anything by it. I have a weird sense of humor. Whatever. If you can't take it, don't bring it.
Did you see what Casey Shooter said?
What?
Scuba, have you found the buried treasure?
I have never scuba dived a day in my damn life.
I was actually asking her that the other night. I was like, why did they name me Scuba for?
Her
Captain
nephew,
Kurt asked me the same thing. He's like, I'm gonna come to you for some advice, and I was like, don't come to me. I don't scuba dive for real. I'm up front with it.
I think of Big Daddy when I hear Scuba Sam.
Really?
That's where I got it from.
That's what I think,
funny.
Big Daddy.
Joker 1014 says, some people like the drama too. I know a bunch of us. Creaswad has not even talked about it, and the ones that are talking about it, people I never heard of.
Oh, he's definitely heard of the people that are still talking about it.
Some people I've not heard of on there. So I don't do Lost Soul says I don't do drama.
She definitely doesn't.
No,
Nope.
I don't like drama here neither, guys. We try to be a drama free channel here.
And that's another thing I always say in Lost Chat too. Like, people are so respectful in her chat, and she's talking about, but she's not putting any necessarily a strong opinion. I mean, she'll speak on like, hey, yeah, I feel like this, or I think this, but she's not like, if you don't agree with me. And I mean, she's completely drama free, and everyone in her chat's really, really sweet too.
And that's Jack. It's nice to have a chats like that just flows with you, and you don't have to worry about them most generally. So I mean,
garbage in the world. I mean, don't we come on here to like talk and meet people we don't know?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I mean, I just don't get that. I mean, especially with people with small children, like getting on here and getting so mad at somebody you don't even know because they said something you don't like. Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, people does that stuff all the time. It's crazy how people get sucked into stuff that could have been so easily avoided, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, all you got to do is just literally just either turn your computer off and just
watch something else,
or just go someplace else. Or, I mean, you can't hold your finger back from pressing a button. I mean,
well, and typing a bunch of things out of emotion, that's what gets you in trouble. Speaking and making videos straight out of emotion without thinking about it first.
And I mean, I go on to actually, I do reaction about some people, but that's totally different. That's all for entertainment, and that's all for a laugh, guys.
That's very different. And you're never like, you're not offended. You're not taking anything they're saying personally. No. You're just like, look at what this crazy person's saying. Isn't that crazy?
I don't think there's a person in this world that can hurt my feelings. Laugh out loud. It's because their mind capacity is of a little kid. That could be true. Very true. So, Casey Shooter facts. Yep. All right, guys, let's go. Let's look for another video. Let's see. Let's go to Darrell Book, Stares Down Judge.
Okay.
Let's go to this one.
She's like, quite frankly, I'm a little scared. I think that's what she said exactly. Yeah, it's that one.
Let's do this one. 6 minutes. Let's do this one. What is he doing?
He does this the whole damn time.
Someone stole his papers off his desk,
Wonder where my papers are.
Curious. Some of these report. How are some of these answers allowed to pass when they're coming straight from reports made by the people on the stand? Very curious.
I don't understand your question. Are you?
Neither do we.
I'm not sure what you're asking me.
What I'm asking is, reading from the report that the people on the stand are giving, the report that they gave to law enforcement.
If you're asking me whether there's a mechanism in the rules of evidence and how to establish that before the jury, the answer to that is yes. If you're asking me how you do that, I'm not going to answer that.
I didn't ask how. I just
100% what he was asking.
To be blunt, which I've been since the beginning of this trial, obviously.
Really?
I see the whole strategy here by the prosecution.
Look
I
at
see
his
right
mind.
through it.
Isn't that creepy?
Don't have any cross-examination.
Hold on just a second. La Soul says, "Oh y'all, I'm so sleepy. I need to get to bed. I hope you have a wonderful night and evening. Happy Thanksgiving." You said she's a YouTuber, right? Does she
Oh,
have a
yeah, she's big.
Okay, yes, I will go actually check that out.
Her videos are really good. Some of her streams are long, but she does the same thing like you do.
Huh.
It's always a lot, chat and yeah, that's pretty big props to you that she's on here. She's got a lot of subs, and she's a sweet lady.
I will have to.
You need to go check her out. I'm surprised to see her in here, because I've never seen her in here before.
I've never seen her before, so I'm gonna have to take a screenshot.
But I follow and sub to her, so I don't know. Like, do you think because of we have similar subs, do recommendations pop up?
I don't know. Maybe so. Maybe some kind of the recommendations to everybody or something. I don't know what it is actually, how that works.
I chat with her a lot. She doesn't do live panels. It's just her talking, or not live thing. It's just her. But she reads the chat, and that's kind of what she does instead of having people on live. Like, it's her, and then she just engages with the chat the whole time.
Wow.
I don't know. Is because it's a lot, but
right.
Right.
Let's go to. Oh, let's go to this, guys.
But, on this video, Bear, if y'all want me to give you some background, because he was asking questions to a lot of the witnesses on stand about their police reports. And of course, it was a year and a half ago. So a lot of them were like, I don't remember I might have said that. I might have. And then he's reading off the report. Well, it says here, you said da-da-da, but because he's not an attorney, he doesn't know how to hold someone to what they said in a police report. Does that make sense? Because I'm not legal minded, so I'm probably not using the right terminology, but that's what was making him mad. He was like, how? Because that's why the prosecution didn't have a defense or didn't have a cross, because there's nothing to cross, because they all, were like, I kind of maybe said that, I might have, and then he'll read it out of the report, and it was really pissing him off. And that's what he was trying to get at. And that's why the judge was like, well, I mean, there's a way to set up questions to make them answer that. I'm not your law professor, you
right.
should represent yourself. Tough shit,
Let's go on to look for. They were saying there was a shooting live, and that shooting just happened. I was looking for it, but I can't find it
tonight. Another one,
in Virginia.
There was one in Colorado.
Yeah, I saw that, but at Walmart in Virginia is what Jamie said.
Let's go look at that. Walmart in Virginia.
The world has gone crazy. The world has absolutely gone crazy.
Then Black Friday deals at Walmart gone nuts today.
I know, right?
And they ain't even that good. It's still expensive.
They used to be really good.
I hate Black Friday.
We used to go, me and my husband used to go every night at midnight after we got home from Thanksgiving, put the kids to bed or whatever, and make us a pot of coffee and go. But that's when you should go and get
here we go.
A Nintendo Switch for $30.
Right.
An iPad for $25.
I spoke with a couple employees inside that car who tell me, I could tell they were still in shock. They were nervous. And of course, most importantly, perhaps they were just sad. They said to me that they knew the shooter very, very well. And according to police who have said this throughout the evening, that they believe the single shooter in this instance is dead and that there are multiple fatalities or injuries from inside the store. The employees inside the car, a couple of them in there, told me that they just had to resort to hiding in the bathroom, and they heard those gunshots ring out just after 10 o'clock this evening inside a store that was still open at the time. So just giving you a look at what the scene looks like right now from where we are standing, still a very much active first responder scene here with fire crews, police crews, and police tape up. Again, we're at the intersection closer to Battlefield Boulevard, so not a lot of onlookers at this point, but this is a very much closely watched scene when you talk about people trying to keep up with the latest about this incident.
Angelique, let's clarify here. You said you talked to some folks who they say they work in the store and they knew the shooter. Did they mention if the shooter works there?
Yes.
Former employee.
No, they did not say. So yes, I did speak with a couple of people who work inside the store. All they would tell me is that they knew the shooter very, very well, and that is all. And according to police, of course, they say that the single suspected shooter in this case is dead.
And we know it is a superstore. It's huge. You have an area with groceries. You have an area with the department store. Did they give you any idea what area of the store?
What area?
So not the section of the store. From what I can recall in our conversation, they did say they had to hide in the bathroom. So I'm not sure where the bathroom is or if there are multiple bathrooms at this superstore.
But you say they were definitely very much shaken up by what had happened.
Yeah, at first I believe that they couldn't even get out some words when I first came up to the car. I think they're understandably shaken up at this point and just sad. As you two mentioned, this is days before Thanksgiving, as people were trying to go into the store to get things for their Thanksgiving meal. Of course, this is so terribly sad, happening days before that holiday.
Yeah, one can only imagine. Angelique, thank you for that update. And we'll let you continue to work this story for us, and you just let us know if you have any new information.
And we are hearing, yes, that we will get some more information, get an update from police in about 20 minutes on this shooting, mass shooting at the Walmart on Sam's Circle off of North Battlefield Boulevard in Chesapeake tonight.
The picture that we are getting from inside that store is bad.
I can't imagine it. Just cannot imagine. If, like we said, you just run out, you want to get something at the last minute. We know these days people use shoppers, and Walmart does have delivery, and sometimes they deliver late and they pick up late because they have groceries and they have other items, with the department store. So it could have been very, very busy inside that superstore at 10 after 10.
Absolutely, yeah. Sarah in the booth, you're telling me we have more information about the reunification center.
Okay, so there now you can see the distance between the shooting and the reunification center. As we mentioned, that Walmart is off of North Battlefield Boulevard. The reunification center is off of Greenbrier Parkway. And you see, I think that's Greenbrier Circle there. I've been there because there are a few things. There's a hotel. So it's the Chesapeake Conference Center there, which is being used as the family reunification area where police are asking folks to go if you are trying to reach a loved one whom you believe was there and possibly working there at the store.
Yeah,
shopping and just injured, just your life's gone.
Right.
Desperately trying to connect, and we'll give you the best information that we're getting as to how to do that. But it is the Chesapeake Conference Center, whether you're looking for someone or that's the best information that we're getting at this particular point. Again, just to recap, if you're joining us as we do this, keep in mind we're waiting probably less than 20 minutes now. That's what we're told from an update. But this happened just after 10 o'clock at the the Walmart on Sam's Circle, which is off of Battlefield Boulevard. Again, we're told that multiple people have been killed. We know there's some injuries as well. We know that it's both inside the store and we believe outside the store as well. Angelique was saying that she talked with 2 Walmart employees and they know who the shooter is, and that the shooter is dead. We do not know any other information except that those Walmart employees told Angelique that they know who the shooter was. And at this particular point, we'll just have to continue to work and wait to get more information on that.
And I'm looking back at the message that one of my friends, Terry, she said she had just left that Walmart less than 40 minutes before this happened and had gone to Dollar Tree next door, was driving home, literally had to pull over to let the first police car go by. And then in less than minutes, she said she counted 16 police cars, 2 fire trucks, and then said it built up to be about 40 police cars. So this is, again, it's a busy area. Even if you don't live in Chesapeake, it's right off of the highway there. You take the Battlefield exit, so it would make sense that people would come from other areas. So it's
Freckles, thank you for that. I appreciate that.
The week, this time of the year.
This day, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and our crews are being kept a little bit of a distance from all of that. And in our live shots, you can see all of the emergency vehicles behind them. Sarah Hammond did report that she did see at least one state police car. There could be more than that there, and she didn't see any other emergency vehicles from any other jurisdictions, but that could be possible as well.
Right, we know Norfolk and Virginia Beach are not far from the city lines with Chesapeake, so we can only imagine if there's some mutual aid there tonight, even with the EMS crews. And Sarah, are you available for us to go back to you now? Do you have an update?
Absolutely, yes. And I do have a little bit of an update. We are hearing we should be getting an update from Chesapeake Police in about 20 minutes. And they have just tweeted, we've seen that they can confirm, like we know, an active shooter incident with fatalities at the Walmart on Sam's Circle. They say now the shooter is deceased, and they're saying the first responders here are well trained and prepared to respond. So please give them space to do so, which again brings us back to the reunification center at the Chesapeake Convention Center. So again, if you think someone you know, friend, family member was inside this Walmart when the shots started to ring out, do not come to this Walmart. Again, give the first responders space to do their job. They are still going inside. They're still scanning the area as of, our last update. So give them space to do so. So please, if you need to, go to that Chesapeake Convention Center as a reunification point. And we're again gonna let you guys kind of look behind us at just how big this scene still is. We keep seeing more vehicles coming into this area. It just keeps getting more and more crowded, it seems, every time I turn around. Again, we are so far back, I can't make out any other specific logos on the cars besides Chesapeake, fire, police, EMS. But they did say earlier there was a state trooper vehicle in here. So that does give me some indication that there are other agencies either here or on their way. I just can't see them from where we are. We're stationed at the Carl's Wash across the way, across Sam's Circle, where, the Walmart's pretty far behind us. But again, it's all blocked off. They're still investigating. Like I keep saying, give them space to do so for now.
Sarah, can you see any emergency vehicles, ambulances, for instance, speeding away from that scene? Or are you still too far to be able to pick that out?
I have not, since we've been here, I have not seen any speed out. But again, we got here right around, I would say 11 o'clock. So they had a good 45 minutes between when that call initially came in to when we got here. So that might have happened with those initial injuries and fatalities that we learned about. That might have happened earlier before we got here. I do hear some more sirens actually now behind me coming. It sounds like on the interstate, likely coming to this area. Unclear, I can't see beyond the trees, but unclear what agency that might be.
Right. And just to put this in perspective geographically again, North Battlefield Boulevard, where this Walmart sits off of Sam's Circle, there's a fire department not far away on Battlefield. And if you go down further, Chesapeake General Hospital is there. Now, we're talking trauma if we're talking about gunshots, and we know Centera Norfolk General has the trauma center, but just to give you an idea of the distance, and even from there, that would be about a 15, 17-minute drive probably from Sam Circle to Centera Norfolk General Hospital.
And if Nightingale was used, we always almost hear them flying over our station. We have not heard that at this particular point. That's just a little added.
And just to reiterate, Sarah, police have confirmed that the gunman is dead in this shooting here.
Yes, correct. In their latest tweet that came out just a few minutes ago, they say the shooter is deceased. Initially, they were saying they believed the shooter was deceased, and that last update said they believe it was just one shooter that was involved, but now in this tweet they are confirming the shooter is deceased. So there is, I think it's safe to say, no ongoing threat to the community. That's what they indicated to us earlier. So it seems with this latest update that is likely the case.
All right, and the police officer that you were talking to a little bit earlier, Sarah, said that the process now is to go through.
And guys, that's crazy.
So
Single
this is where
shooter.
my mom lived in Virginia.
So there's a single shooter confirmed dead. And most of the times in positions like that, they take their own life. So, which that doesn't really even matter. I mean,
the cops probably shot him.
Probably so. I mean, it just goes to show everybody that we're never safe where we're at.
Right.
I mean, you're shopping in Walmart and your life's ended.
Right.
It's messed up. It's messed up. I mean, and people will blame this on people with open carry and all that stuff. Guys, look, it was probably a rifle someone brought in there, and done this with. So just because the cameras probably caught him going in and whatever else, guys, I mean, it's crazy. So
people kill people. Guns don't walk around with legs and arms. And
exactly.
I mean, but
that's exactly right.
We were talking about in the chat. A lot of people were talking about carrying, and I was talking to my husband last night. About just how crazy the world is, and he carries, and
right.
That's why I keep telling you, Mama, I just wish you really would, and because I bartend at night too.
Okay. Yeah.
And so, I mean, there are some creeps that come in and sit at my bar, but, and I always am very aware of my surroundings, but I don't have anything to defend myself except me, and I'm like 5'1". So,
yeah.
And I'm giving myself a little bit. So I'm kind of small. But because of that, I've always tried to be and I've always worked in the bar business. So I'm always trying to aware of my surroundings. But, my thing is, and this is what I told him, and, I grew up around guns. My dad always had guns and shoot a bow and all that stuff. But I want to pick it up like I pick up a bottle of water. You know what I'm saying? I want to feel that comfortable with it before I carry it, because and of course, now that my kids are older, I didn't feel comfortable necessarily doing it when I had a bunch of toddlers in my car either. I mean, not saying I wouldn't have it, locked up or in my purse or whatever, but still it was something. But now my kids are older, but I don't want to carry something. I want to feel like it's second nature.
Yeah, definitely.
I've never shot a gun before.
It's scary.
My grandpa was a cop and a children's services homicide investigator. So I had enough guns in the house that I really didn't feel the need to be whatever. But I know that one snap of a finger, my brothers will be here in an instant, and they've got enough guns to defend the whole land.
Right.
Wow. Yeah.
But it's just scary. I mean, the first time you shoot it, it's so loud and it has some power behind it.
Right.
I mean,
I'm half blind and I have one arm that works correctly. So what am I going to do? Pistol whip him?
Well, you could.
That's my only thing. Like, that's the only thing I could do.
So,
but there are a lot of guns that, like smaller handguns, that don't have a lot of kickback. Maybe like a little revolver or something like that would be perfect for you.
With my right hand.
Well, I
So-
mean, you could, you know.
So Rusty Truck has a good point here. He goes on to say, we have laws against murder, guns, legislation is absolutely unless when murderers break every law in the land on the way to commit murder.
Commit murder.
Commit murder. 100%. I've never heard that put so that yes.
It's absolutely useless. He's absolutely right.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to have a gun to kill people. I mean, that's what that doesn't fly with me, you know. I mean, look at 9/11, box cutter. I mean, come on.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, that can be talked about for days.
Well, no, but that's what, as far as the gun thing, you know, people, oh, guns, yeah, I don't care how many rounds, what. If you want to hurt someone and kill someone, you will find a way to do it. A car, a box cutter, explosive, whatever. If you want to hurt someone, you're going to find a way to do it. Period.
You could karate chop somebody in the throat and accidentally kill them.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's happened. That's happened already. I mean, it's just so crazy that people. I mean, guys, there's people that have gotten fights before and accidentally, you know, knock the person out, and then they hit their head and they're gone. You know, I mean, it happens all the time. Barbie says, "I grew up with guns. My grandparents always had guns. They hunted, had them for protection. I learned to respect guns." Yes, my grandpa would have the guns behind the door, as us of kids, little kids, and tell us not to touch it and tell us what that gun would actually do to you if you touched it.
I mean, remember the days when they had gun racks in trucks?
Oh yeah, I absolutely love that.
Yeah, my pappy had one.
I mean, Casey Shooter says my hands are my hand. My hands are okay. Oh man.
How many hands does he have?
He's going on enchiladas.
My hands and feet are considered lethal weapons.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
I mean, technically, if you're in the military, your arms are considered dangerous weapons.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, if you had that training, then yes, they are actually.
Does Casey know Kung Fu?
He does not.
He is considered the Casey Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, I love that. I love that movie. Actually,
Me too. It's cute.
So,
hey,
yeah.
have you watched the Santa Clauses?
No.
The Tim Allen, you know, it's like the series
Oh,
on
yeah, those are my
Disney
favorite.
Plus from the Santa Claus series.
Oh yes, I've watched every Santa Claus movie. Well, I've done nothing but watch Christmas movies for the past probably 2 weeks, every single night, probably two a night.
There's a new series from the Santa Claus franchise, and it's called The Santa Clauses. It's got Tim Allen. It's got all the same cast in it. It's on Netflix. Not Netflix, Disney Plus.
Oh my goodness.
Two episodes are out now, and it's like where Tim Allen retires as being Santa Claus, and
I'll have to check that out for sure. Yeah, I'll check that out.
Yeah, there's only two episodes out, but
yeah,
nostalgia.
I liked I've been watching the show Ozark on Netflix.
I love Ozark.
Yeah. I've watched it. That is kind of crazy.
That's actually down by where I was actually born and raised at, was the Ozark. So that's
Anybody watch Yellowstone?
Huh?
Anybody watch Yellowstone?
I do not actually. I don't watch a lot of TV, guys. I'm more. Sometimes I'm on this computer so much, guys, and on my phone so much that my eyes seem like they're crossing on me. So
I was watching a lot of TV, and then once I found YouTube, like I have been on here so much. Yeah, like my eyes.
Break.
Oh, and another thing, tomorrow night, Ozark.
Yeah, who's coming on? What'd you say? Creeker Mariah? Did you say Creeker Mariah is coming?
Yeah, Creeker Mariah will be on here tomorrow night at 9 with
I'm
us.
excited.
So yeah.
But so, what season are you on Ozark?
I've already finished it up. Yeah, I've already done that.
Okay.
So
Did you notice that my husband's like, okay, these people are dang criminals, gangsters, money. But do you notice how they always have time to sit down and eat dinner together?
Yeah, dude.
Did you notice that? They always sit down and
Yeah,
eat dinner as a
yeah,
family. He's like, what in the
yeah,
world?
yeah. Jamie says Ozarks. What did she say? Ozarks was not filmed in the Ozarks.
Really?
Wasn't it filmed at Lake of the Ozarks?
I thought it was.
I thought it was too.
I thought it was too. I because I
Things you
noticed
learn.
some of the grounds around there actually.
But it's done now, I think. I think this last season was last season, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was actually.
Yeah, they
Did
killed
you
Ruth.
watch Stranger Things?
No.
Scuba, you need to
I
watch
couldn't
it.
get into it.
What? It's really good. It's really good.
See if I can.
I'll have to
figure
go
this out.
try.
So yeah, I didn't. I liked the Ozarks. Another one was what was the other one? Iron Fist. I've been watched Iron Fist. I love movies like that. But I'm not a big movie person, guys. Like
I used to be.
I did too.
I mean, I literally this is what I do, and after this, like tonight I'll probably get off here and I may play a couple of Call of Duty couple of games, and then go to bed. So that's probably what I'll do tonight. And then tomorrow we have Krieger Mariah coming on. We'll be on at 9 Central again. So she'll be on here the full time with us. So yeah, she actually had a show tonight with 2 truckers, I think it was.
I don't think I've heard of it.
I think it was.
Oh, 2 mother truckers?
2 mother truckers she was on there with. I got invited to that, but I knew I had this to do, so I was good with that. So and then she also had, I'm going to talk to her because there's a rapper out of Oklahoma. He's called Knuckles. And I wanted to try to maybe get him on here as well. So yeah, there's a couple of things I'm wanting to do there. So
Heck yeah.
That would be kind of cool.
There was something I wanted to tell you. I was thinking about it all day. I was like, oh, I hope Barry goes live tonight because I wanted to ask you about something. Now I can't damn remember. Welcome to my husband's world.
Yeah, but yeah, tomorrow night, Krieger Mariah will be here at 9 with us, 9 Central. Yeah, so there's a couple other people I'm trying to get on here too. Uncle Will's one of them, guys. I would like Uncle Will to be on here with us.
We got to get him fresh off the boat.
Yeah, I know, right? And that's the thing is we got to he's doing a lot of, trying to find people right now. So
yeah,
I really haven't caught up. I really haven't caught up with his videos, guys. So
yeah, I haven't either. He does things here and there.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while. Somebody said, did he shave his beard?
Yes, he did. That was me.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I
don't know why I'm like asking because y'all are like the only 3 people I talk to.
So, but yeah, it'd be nice to get Uncle Will on here.
What is does she do true crime?
Who?
Krieger or Mariah?
No, she actually is a reaction channel.
Yeah.
Music. But I do believe she does music herself too. So it's just not because she talked to me today on Instagram about 16-bar challenge and stuff.
She always says hi to me and she's sweet.
Yeah, she seems like a cool chick for real.
You know how the girl with no filter.
Mm-hmm.
She lives around here. She lives around here by me somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, oh crap! But I'm surprised that she hasn't seen your reactions. Has she said anything?
Oh
to you?
no, she has. Here. Let's.
She has?
Let's go have a little bit of fun for a minute here.
I'm down. Tell your brother to come up. He said he needs to get on here.
Yeah, he's not going to be getting on here. He's not going to be getting on here.
You're not going to let him. Okay. I got 4 boys.
Let's see here. All right, so I got to go. I'm new to this, guys, so bear with me. I got to go to.
Why does my hair look so disgusting?
Gotta wash it.
this.
Listen, I don't watch it for a week, but I literally just
Photos.
watched it yesterday.
You're just teasing.
No, like I don't understand.
Share. Then you go to YouTube.
What's her real name? Brianna? Is that her real name?
Yeah, I think that's her real name.
I think she